We are live from Kingman, Arizona for tonight's Friday night matchup as the Mingus Marauders are on the road to take on the Lee Williams Volunteers. I'd like to welcome you on top of the press box tonight. If you're listening on KYBC or watching on Verde Valley TV, I'd like to thank you and welcome you in. I'm Philip Catafmo alongside Nick Gitsinko. And Nick, the Marauders are on the road once again for one of two times. We still got to take a little road trip down to Prescott Valley to take on Bradshaw, but we are on the road again, and this time we're in Kingman.
Yeah, that's okay. We had our road games out of the way early this season, a couple home games we just played, so now we're back, and this is a beautiful school. Lee Williams here. This is beautiful. We're in the middle of the mountains here in Kingman, and it's a great night for football.
It is definitely a great night for football. It's a little bit breezy here in Kingman, and by breezy I mean it's a good thing that my tie isn't flying around because it's actually pretty windy here in Kingman, Arizona, but we are in for a very exciting game. The Marauders still looking for their first victory of the season, and well, we've got a whole lot of that and more as we get you ready for this game right here as the Marauders take on the Volunteers. Don't go anywhere, right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. We'll be right back.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
I decided I wanted to get my associate's degree in fire science from Yavapai College. My drive just got me to the top and out of my class, into the Forest Service, and to where I am today as a fire science coordinator. The best thing that I can say is if it's something that you want, don't let anything scare you away from that.
There are people who struggle with addiction and homelessness. Sometimes it may feel like there is nothing we can do to help.
But there is. You can make a tax-deductible donation and help those in need transition away from homelessness.
When you give someone a handout, you could actually be supporting an addiction.
A better life starts with better health, especially for those living in the streets.
Support solutions, not addictions. You can make a difference. Visit cottonwoodcares.org.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona. We are getting you set and ready for this game, and you can see the Lee Williams Volunteers on the field with their stunning tribute for the gentleman that their school is named after, Richard Lee Williams, a principal of Kingman High School and volunteer firefighter. 10 of his fellow firefighters died in the line of duty on July 5th, 1973, when the inflamed Doxel propane tank exploded. They left behind families, friends, and a lasting impression on the hearts of this entire community. And this is an incredible tribute. They do this every home game. They've got the host cart, and there are wood slats that have every single firefighter who lost their lives that day on July 5th, 1973. So a very touching tribute and quite an incredible one.
Yeah, incredible. A lot of respect, and I can't thank those guys enough for their service, and the Volunteers. What a great, excellent way to start their game. That's just real special.
Yeah, and well, personally with my job, I have a lot of contact with a lot of the firemen. I got an opportunity to talk to Central Arizona and Fire and Medical's Fire Marshal Rick Chase, and those guys do a great job. Every single volunteer firefighter or firefighter working for a paycheck. Regardless, they are doing a job that is very, very tough. And, I mean, we can't be any more grateful to those guys putting their lives on the line for us.
Yeah, very nice to see football teams, high school football teams, honoring first responders in this kind of a fashion.
That's right. And, well, the Mingus Marauders are looking for their first victory tonight. They are coming off a loss to Coconino. They lost at home, a pretty big loss for the Marauders. But starting the season 0-5. This is their second regional game, and they're looking to bounce back tonight against these Lee Williams Volunteers.
It's going to be a tough night for Mingus. I think it's going to be a dogfight between both teams. Both teams are 0-1 in region play, meaning if either of these teams want to make playoffs, Lee Williams or the Marauders, they need to get a win somehow tonight.
You know, we saw a little bit of the emergence of the passing game for the Marauders in the game against before Coconino.
Seton Catholic.
Thank you very much. Seton Catholic. We saw the emergence in the second half of that passing game against Seton Catholic. They took it to Coconino and passed very, very well. We saw a great game passing-wise from Zach Harrison, who I believe had over 190 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that passing game tonight.
He had a great game, and so did we on the ground. We had over 100 yards on the ground, not all by Drew Meyer. But the key is going to be just putting points on the board first. We'll talk about some keys later, but we need to, we kind of put it together a little bit last week, the rushing and passing. Now we need to get on the board first. We need to get those points up so we can get a lead. We haven't really felt that we've been playing behind this season.
Yeah, the only time that the Marauders have scored in the first half has been against Combs, and that was the first time that they scored. It was the first game of the season. Markensley Smiley took a touchdown in on the right side. He fell down, stumbled a little bit, picked himself up, and ran in for a touchdown. That was the first touchdown of the season. It was a rushing touchdown and gave the Marauders their first lead of that game, and they have not scored first in a game since.
No, we see some really phenomenal adjustments made at halftime by the coaching staff. These guys have come out and put points on the board in the second half, but the key is get points in the first half. We need to get points right off the bat. We need to get a lead and protect that lead. I don't think the Marauders are too comfortable. We're going to see how they react if they can get a lead and how they're going to defend it.
How about some of the improvements from last game? Obviously, we mentioned they're utilizing the pass a little bit more, which is nice because Peter Calandra had a huge game, almost had a touchdown, but unfortunately got called at the 1-yard line, and then Drew Meyer was able to punch it in. But Andrew Nair has been solid. We've seen a little bit of Dakota Falcha, Freddie Jimenez. I think we're starting to see the emergence of the passing game a little bit more, but what are some of the improvements, in your opinion, from last game?
Yeah, you couldn't have said it any better. The passing has been phenomenal. We saw the first few games, Zach Harrison drop back and throw these long balls. They ended up being intercepted, a couple of them, a lot of incompletions, and the last couple games, they're starting to be completed. We got Calandra catching these bombs, Nair catching them, and these guys are taking it. So even Myers helping out, catching balls, getting upfield. So yeah, tonight, let's put it together. Hopefully we can keep that passing game going, and that's going to be huge.
And you can see right there on your screen, but if you're listening on the radio, 73 for 110 for Zach Harrison, 773 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Looking to get into the 50-50 mark in terms of his touchdowns to interception ratio and hopefully get over that 500 limit. But yeah, I couldn't agree more, Nick. We're seeing a lot more from the passing game, like I mentioned. Obviously, Drew Meyer is continuing to be an absolute monster at the running back position for the Marauders. We're seeing an emergence from Andrew Nair. We're seeing Clutch Calandra continuing to play well, especially in those 2-point conversion situations. He's got 2 or 3 in the back of the end zone. It's been nice to see, and we're getting a lot more reliability outside of the running game, and it's great to see if they can put it all together defensively as well, which has been, weirdly enough, one of the weaknesses of the Marauders. Has been their defense.
Sure, and the running game has basically been the bread and butter. And boy, Drew Meyer on the season, 99 carries, 421 yards. Yeah. He's averaging just over 4 yards a carry, and those are brutal yards. These are yards where he's carrying defenders 3 or 4 yards upfield. He's not getting the biggest hole opened up at the line of scrimmage, but he's punching right through and getting the yards the Marauders need. So when you look at Drew Meyer's stats on the ground, you don't think of an 0-5 team like the Marauders are. You don't see that, but hey, the Marauders just got to put it together maybe sooner in the game rather than later.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see the Marauders get on the board first, especially in this game, their second regional game. They're still looking for their first victory, and hopefully they'll be able to get it tonight. Got to get Drew Meyer going early. Hopefully can use that passing game as an offset to the running game, and well, only time will tell the outcome of this game. When we come back, we'll keep talking some football before we get ready for the actual game as the Marauders are taking on the Volunteers. Don't go anywhere, right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
People always ask us, what makes us different from other car dealers? Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to try harder and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee to do our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we are a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood or see all the deals at MattSaysYes.com.
Welcome back on top of the press box here in Kingman, Arizona at Lee Williams High School. I'm Philip Catafmo alongside Nick Itzinko. And before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about the improvements the Marauders need to do. But on the flip side, the Lee Williams Volunteers are coming off they're coming off a loss against the Bradshaw. My gosh,
Bradshaw
Bears. Thank you.
Good.
Jeez.
Bradshaw's good. Bradshaw's always put together a solid, formidable team in region play. They're one of the tough ones to beat. So they didn't lose too bad. 35-20. That's not too bad for Lee Williams. So I'm going to be curious to see how we match up, and maybe that'll give us a little glimpse of how we might play Bradshaw down the road. But hey, the biggest thing tonight is to get a win. If we want to do anything in the region play, it's got to start with the W tonight.
Well, it seems like the Lee Williams Volunteers plays two quarterbacks. They've got Devon Santos, who is their sophomore. So we're going to actually get a battle of the sophomores tonight. Zachary Harrison on the side of the Marauders and Devon Santos on the side of the Lee Williams Volunteers. And then Donnie Sims, I think his name is. Probably look at my stats
Sims,
here.
and anytime
Sims, the running back. Yeah,
anytime you got a couple quarterbacks running, it's going to be very, very tricky. And that's Beckham, the other quarterback.
Yeah, Levi Beckham.
Anytime you have a couple quarterbacks who can go in and sub out one play and then play the next, that's extremely tough for a defense.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't know what to expect.
Well,
you can practice it all week,
that's right.
like practice for one of those specific players, but then the next one comes in and you're kind of lost. So,
well, Devon Santos last game had 109 yards passing, 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions. So the Bradshaw Mountain Bears were able to get to the sophomore quarterback, and then Levi Beckham, in terms of passing, only had 1 yard, but was a little more effective. Devon Santos was a little bit more effective on the ground, 30 yards rushing. So it seems like they've got some scrambling quarterbacks, some guys who aren't afraid to throw it deep with Devon Santos, and then maybe take it on the run as well.
Yeah, that's real tough. I mean, I kind of like that interception stat for being on the Marauders side here. Hopefully we can mimic that Bradshaw game film. I'm sure these guys watch that film all week long, and Coach Giamani's got those defensive backs saying, hey, watch what Bradshaw did here. Watch these cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Watch their safeties. And that's how you build on that, because, hey, if you got 2 weapons at quarterback, it's going to be tough. I'm sure they watch film all week. They're going to know which number and which play to look for.
Well, it's definitely going to be keeping an eye on Donnie Sims, the running back for the Lee Williams Volunteers, as well as keeping an eye on Devon Santos, the quarterback for the Lee Williams Volunteers, because if you've got a quarterback who can scramble and you've got a good running back, I mean, that's a combination for disaster if you're on the defensive side.
It's deadly. And then when you have those options, that opens up the passing. And even if you don't have a strong passing game, it'll open it up when you got a quarterback who can run or running back take off real fast and get around the outside. That's going to open up anybody downfield for passing, because you're really trying to play the run game as a defender. You're really worried about that quarterback taking off or that running back getting it when they do motion or anything of that nature. So, yeah, that might open up passing for Lee Williams. So Mingus is going to have to be on top of that.
And they're going to definitely need to close out those passing games, because, like you said, if they've got a hole wide open, don't let the record fool you. Don't even let the last game score fool you. They only lost to Bradshaw by 15 points, and the quarterback had 5 interceptions. So they were doing some things right. Of course, at the end, it didn't go their way. But still, if they have some open passing games, if they've got some lanes, I mean, really any team, and especially Lee Williams, if they've got an opening, they're going to take advantage of it, and they're going to score.
Yeah, and that's a great point that you just made. You got 5 turnovers, and you only lose by 15 against a formidable opponent like Bradshaw. I mean, clearly they were doing something right on the other side of the ball to stop Bradshaw from scoring points if they kept turning it over. So obviously that means their defense has stepped up when the offense makes mistakes. We haven't necessarily seen that on the Marauders side. We've seen a lot of mistakes that have really hurt us. We haven't been able to recover from those mistakes. Last week it was a fumble pickup for a touchdown after a great play, and a strip after a catch and run. So just real tough mistakes that we're making that the other team's capitalizing on. Sounds like Lee Williams is taking care of those mistakes when they're happening.
I'll say this on the defensive side. Last game, I think Benjamin Wilson had that fumble recovery, but unfortunately it didn't go our way. You can see the side of the Marauders traveling here to Kingman, Arizona. Quite a long drive, I got to say, almost 4 hours to get out here to Kingman, but we're happy to be here. We're happy to have our Marauder fans here as well. And on the other side, earlier you saw the side of the Lee Williams Volunteer fans, of course, crowding the stands, getting ready for some Friday night football, and so are we. And when we come back from the other side of this break, when we come back, we'll talk more football and get you ready for kickoff right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Don't go anywhere.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Hi, my name is Crazy Tony. The reason I'm here today is to let you know what Poquito Loco is all about. Unlike the rest of the Mexican food restaurants in that area, our main focus is tacos. From street tacos to cheap tacos and everything in between. So come on down to Poquito Loco for some crazy good tacos, the newest place in Old Town. And also we are honored to offer 10% of our profits to the Old Town Mission to help less fortunate. Have a great day and be safe.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
What was really intriguing about this opportunity was the fact that they have a hands-on viticulture vineyard and actually a working winery. And so instead of taking something online, I actually get to immerse myself into the program and learn firsthand how to do the mechanics of running a vineyard and working in a winery.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona. Philip Katafamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Want to welcome you back on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. We are under 3 minutes to go before we get kickoff going. And you can see the crowd here at Lee Williams getting excited as their team is just about ready to charge onto the field. Cheerleaders getting their players pumped up, getting hyped up, and we are ready for another exciting game of Friday night football.
Yeah, this is region play. It comes down to who's going to get the W and stay alive in the region for the playoff hunt. This is a huge game. These coaches were talking to the guys all week long about what they're going to do to scrap a win here so they can make it to playoffs.
Yeah, and since the inception of in 2012, the Marauders started playing Lee Williams. Lee Williams opened up in 2012. The Marauders started playing this football team in 2014. The Marauders are 4-0 history-wise against Lee Williams since 2014. But the Marauders are still looking for their first victory. So Lee Williams is looking for their first win in program history against Mingus, and the Marauders are looking for their first victory this season against Lee Williams.
Yeah, a couple of revenge shots going on here. Mingus doesn't want to lose, and Lee Williams wants to beat Mingus real bad for not being able to beat him.
That's right.
Now, 4 games isn't a long history, but you're right. If you were a coach and you have lost the Marauders 4 times, the last four times you played them, you guys are going to get fired up.
And speaking of fired up, that's right. Speaking of fired up, here come the Volunteers charging onto the field, getting ready for their matchup against the Mingus Marauders. Their first time this season again. Marauders still looking for their first victory. And in a way, the Lee Williams Volunteers as well looking for their first victory in program history against the Mingus Marauders. We are getting very close, under a minute and 30 to go. So, Nick, obviously, unfortunately, Jace Briseño is not going to be out for this game. Is not going to be in for this game. But the good news is they might get Clay Griffin next week. But on even more good news, they got their transfer kids in.
Yeah, the transfers are back tonight. Just a few numbers we are definitely going to see tonight, and that's going to be 15, Micah Johnson. He's got some size. He is a junior out there, going to play a little tight end. Also defense, we'll see him a lot, I'm sure. Coach Ortiz talked about him quite a bit in the last few days, or few games, excuse me, and that they were missing him. They couldn't wait for the transfers to be able to play. Also, one of those guys is going to be number 26, Luis Moya, running back, who's going to give Drew Meyer some relief. Wow, that's going to be different. Maybe Drew Meyer's going to get some fresh legs and come out and burst through holes and get even more yardage.
Well,
so, interesting.
Yeah, it'll be real nice for Drew Meyer on his side to get an opportunity to just maybe take 1 or 2 plays off and let his new teammate take over and try to get the Marauders a couple more yards. I mean, it's got to help. Of course, it's got to help. You get a couple plays off.
Definitely, and Moya's a senior, and Moya's got speed, not necessarily the size that Drew Meyer has, but that's okay. That's kind of the perfect alternative you want when you switch out Meyer for Moya. It's going to be speed versus size and grit.
We are going to step away real quick for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have kickoff for you right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
People always ask us, what makes us different from other car dealers? Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to try harder and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee to do our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we are a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
Want to welcome you back to Kingman, Arizona for tonight's Friday night matchup as the Mingus Marauders are on the road to take on the Lee Williams Volunteers. We are getting ready now, moments away from kickoff. Nick, last second, give me your keys to the game for a Marauder victory tonight.
We talked about it first. First thing is get on the board first. Get some points up early. We need to score in the first quarter, need to get some points in the second quarter. We know the halftime adjustments have been great, so we need to get points early. That's going to be the biggest key.
My definitely is don't beat yourself. We had some fumbling issues last game, and it pushed the Marauders back even further, carried a little bit of that first half momentum and just kind of stunted it a little bit when they had those fumbling issues. If I was talking to some of the guys in the office and I was saying if the Marauders had that last 5 minutes of the first half and had done that all first half, it would have been a completely different game. And if they still had some more football to be played before they sent it to halftime, I think Coconino would have been a much closer game. But I'll say this, carry that fire, carry that energy into this game, and also don't beat yourself and get started early. I couldn't agree more. The Marauders got to get on the board first.
It's all about momentum, and unfortunately the Marauders have just started that momentum too late. It's just been too late. It's been the second half, and like you said, we did see a nice burst at the end of the second quarter last game.
Yes.
It's just too late. We need to get it going either the first drive or that second drive, and defense has got to spark us because the other teams, the opposing teams, have been going in and scoring on us. We need to stop these guys right off the bat.
Going to have to keep an eye on those dueling quarterbacks for the Lee Williams Volunteers and also keep an eye on their running back. It looks like the Volunteers will receive. So the Marauders will take the ball at the second half and let their defense get on the field first. Dominic Rennick should be a way to kick the ball for the Marauders when we get things going here. First quarter action just underway, and the Marauders still looking for their first victory on the season. And Lee Williams is looking for, I believe, victory number 2 on the season and also victory number 1 against these Mingus Marauders in general.
Yeah, both teams looking for their first region win, which is just absolutely huge, and we're going to get to see Angelo Alvarez and that swarming Marauders defense up first.
Angelo Alvarez was another one that we called his name a lot against Coconino. Played very well.
Trevor Hoke, another one in on a lot of tackles.
Yeah, well, we're going to need to get the defensive guys going. Of course, like we mentioned, they've added a couple guys. Hopefully we'll get Clay Griffin back next week. And, we'll just keep trying to build on the momentum and hopefully get a victory tonight. Rennick waiting to kick it away, waiting to get the ball from the head umpire here. We're just moments away from kickoff here in Kingman. Marauders looking for their first victory of the season, and they'd love to get it here on the road. Of course, our next road game will be against Bradshaw as we head down to Prescott Valley. And we'll be back home next week to take on Mojave, and then we'll have a bye week, and they'll be on the road to take on Bradshaw.
Going to be interesting. Lee Williams and Bradshaw had quite a close game if you account for the turnovers that Lee Williams gave Bradshaw. So that was a pretty even game, I'd say. 5 turnovers, and they only lost by 15 points.
Rise Sampson back there to return the kick. The kick is away, and we are underway here in Kingman. Sampson returns it around the 10, but will pick it up around the 1. Passing the 10-yard line, moving his way down to the 15, down to the 20. He'll get pushed out around the 22, and here we go.
Yeah, and he's just going to kind of drop that one as soon as that was kicked to him, but then picked it up and was able to get past the 20. So good return for Lee Williams. They're going to have to go a long field, and Marauders have got a chance to stop these guys on an opening drive, which will be key.
Well, the Marauders looking to carry their momentum from last game and hope to push for a victory tonight. They get a couple new faces on the defensive side for the Marauders, and I'm looking right at number 26. We know he's a new face at cornerback for the Marauders. Under center. Waiting for the snap, takes the snap, handing it right up the middle. It's going to be a run to the right side. Volunteers pushing out by the 20, and he's going to get stopped at the 30-yard line. Small gain of about 4 yards for looks like it was number 21. That is Donnie Sims.
Yeah, and that was definitely Santos in there taking the first snap, so we might see Santos out for quarterback here. But, yeah, nonetheless, Sims gets a nice little gain on first down.
It'll be Santos under center, 3 wide receivers right, 2 on the left. No one in the backfield for Santos. Waiting to take the snap, man in motion. That is Sims. They're going to top a deep flip, miss the tackle. Going through, breaking for a first down, and he'll get the first down a little bit more. Run on the right side, was able to get the first down for the Lee Williams Volunteers. They've got the first down of the night.
Yeah, and it was almost just the same play, just going the opposite side. So Lee Williams, good job getting upfield. Marauders just got to cut these guys off on the outside, not let them get upfield.
Yeah, it was a man in motion and then a pitch to the right side, and Sims was able to break a tackle and then fight his way for a first down. So 1st and 10 now on the 34 for the Lee Williams Volunteers. Shotgun formation now for Santos. Man in the backfield, 3 wide receivers on the left. Santos looking past this time, throws it over the top. It is caught. What a great grab with pressure. A 5-yard gain, a solid snag by Cameron Toms, the wide receiver.
Yeah, Cameron Toms, wow, he got up in the air there. Santos threw him a real high football. You can see the replay there. Wow, that's just a great catch. And that's tough to stop. The cornerback's all over him there, so Mingus just going to have to fight this second down.
Santos will hurry back to the line under center. Man in the backfield, that is Sims. 3 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Sims in the backfield, Santos under center. Waiting to take the snap. Takes the snap. Looking right, short pass. It's completed. Going to be for a loss. Great stop by the Marauders. Trevor Hoke with a big, beautiful read on that pitch.
Hoke in there, gotta love it. Ryan Griffin was just waiting for him to escape and take him down, but nice job by the Marauders just keeping these guys back. That's a big loss.
That was Micah Johnson, one of our new faces out there, getting a great tackle along with Trevor Hoke.
Yeah,
so now it'll
that's
be
what they needed right there. They gotta stop these guys. Good loss.
So now it'll be 3rd and 10 on the 35-yard line. They go right back to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, man in the backfield. Shotgun formation this time for Santos. Santos awaiting the snap. Takes the snap. Rolling left. Looking. Pressure coming. Santos is going to fight his way out of bounds and get hit, but it's not going to be before a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's the agility we're going to see from Santos. I'm sure we'll see more of that. That's always scary when you got a quarterback who can take off, but Marauders got to find a way to just close in on him.
Yeah, it just seemed like Santos didn't see who he wanted to throw downfield, and instead decided to just take it himself. And we talked about it in the pregame that Santos and Beckman are 2 guys who aren't afraid to run, or Beckham, excuse me.
Yeah, and that's just great maturity and poise we saw from another young quarterback. These guys, Harrison and Santos, going for toe-to-toe.
The Marauders will return their first punt of the season, and instead it'll roll all the way to the 5-yard line and stop around the 3, and the Marauders will start on the Volunteers' 3-yard line.
It's going to be, that's a long field for the Marauders. Hopefully we got something dialed up, a little bit of trickery or something. We just got to get some room, some breathing room, even if this is going to be a long drive.
Well, now we'll get to see Zachary Harrison, the fellow sophomore quarterback. Of course, Devon Santos is also a sophomore for the Lee Williams Volunteers, and we've got Zach Harrison for the Marauders at quarterback. Going to start with a little bit of a handcuff here on the 3-yard line. 1st and 10, 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. So we got 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Man in the backfield, that is, of course, Drew Meyer. Meyer in the backfield with Harrison. Waiting to take the snap. Man in motion, that's Falcha. Harrison's looking past. Nope, he's going to hand it off. Meyer trying to get him away from the goal line. He'll succeed and gain for about 4 yards.
Yeah, that's a great job, and that is literally the bread and butter. That's what Drew Meyer does right there. Just over 4 yards. Looks like they gave him almost 5 or 6. And that's a great play because he's pinned deep there, and that's what the Marauders need to do.
Yeah, a beautiful handoff. Meyer taking that one to the left side, able to get a 5-yard gain and get the Marauders away from the goal line. Just a little bit better now. They're on the 8-yard line. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 5, excuse me. On the 10-yard line now. Shotgun formation for Harrison. 3 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Harrison hands it off. Meyer again, this time up the gut. It's going to break a tackle and get get brought down around the first down. First down, Marauders.
Yeah, that's a great job by Drew getting upfield. Nice job by the offensive line opening some holes, and first down Mingus. That's exactly what they needed to do. Unfortunate it's such a long field to go, but the Marauders are moving it.
So the Marauders moving the ball now on the ground with Drew Meyer. Harrison gets the call from coach. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. You can see Micah Johnson, number 15, the new receiver for the Marauders. Meyer in the backfield. Harrison waiting to take the snap in the shotgun formation. He'll take the snap. Harrison flips it. Meyer on the left side. Meyer's going to break a tackle. He's going to cut back, break another tackle, and find a way for about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's just a good job by Drew to not try to do too much on the play. I mean, he made a couple jukes. It looked like he might have wanted to run backwards, try to reverse field, but there was just too many volunteers. So good job by Drew, making 1 or 2 jukes and then just getting upfield for 2 yards.
Yeah, the Volunteers doing a good job of swarming Drew Meyer as we take another look at it. Meyer broke a couple tackles, though. Looked to fight for some yards, did a good job, and was able to turn a possible loss into a 3-yard gain. Shotgun formation for Harrison. He's looking to pass this time. Rolling right. Pressure coming. Harrison going to have to break a tackle. He will, still on his feet, looking downfield. Harrison flips it. It's caught by Johnson. Is he out of bounds before the grab? I think he may have stepped out of bounds, but great job by Harrison to make sure. He almost got sacked twice. Was able to stay on his feet and turn that into, they'll be right back at the line of scrimmage, but it's not a sack for a loss.
No, and that's a good thing because Harrison went out, wow, like right at like the 7 or 8 yard line, so that would have been a big loss. But instead, I believe, was that just an incompletion they called?
It looked like it looked like Johnson made the grab, but I think his foot may have been out of bounds. So it looks like they're right back at the line of scrimmage. Or
a good job by Harrison staying inbounds to get that, because it looked like Harrison almost went out over there.
Yeah, we almost got sacked twice. Voucha in motion on the left side. Harrison takes the snap, looking pass, going to flip it. It's going to be received. That's Trevor Hoke on the reception, and he's going to just barely miss the first down. Did they lose the ball? And it is going to be Volunteers' ball.
Yeah, turnover, Mingus, and this was what we talked about. Defense is going to have to come up huge here. This was clearly a mistake. Hoke with a great grab, got upfield, and oh boy, just a big hit. Big hit by the Volunteers, and Mingus defense is going to have to just capitalize right now and stop these guys. We can't let the opposing team capitalize on our mistakes again. That's what's killed us.
Talking about helping your own cause, that was Devon Santos, the quarterback, on the forced fumble. So how about that? So Santos will now, after gaining that fumble recovery, will go back under center. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Santos takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and the running back is going to get shut down at the line.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Mingus got to do right there, just stuff the line. And Ryan Griffin and those defensive linemen down there just pinched in and didn't let anybody through.
So it will result in a back at the line of scrimmage for the Lee Williams Volunteers, 2nd and 10 now on the 26-yard line. Santos coming under center, 2 wide receivers on the right. I formation now. Takes the snap. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be Simmons, and he's going to get shut down at the line again.
Yep, that's exactly what we talked about. We're going to fumble that ball on offense. The defense better step up and get this ball back. And Lee Williams got great field position right now. So they're definitely not like airing it out by any means. They're just trying to play it safe and get some points on. But Mingus, good job stuffing them so far.
Joseph Robles on the tackle there. Defensive lineman able to shut down the running game. Only a 1-yard gain on that run. Now Santos will go in the shotgun formation. Running back alongside him in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on the left and the right. Santos looking for, it looks like they got him. Yes, they did. The Marauders able to draw the offensive line off sides, and it will result in the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's huge. The Marauders are just pushing the Volunteers back right now, and that's literally the only way we can go, because a mistake like that on the first drive where we fumble it, you got to make up for it on defense.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the left tackle just jumped a little bit too early, so it'll be a 5-yard. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd and 14 now on the 30-yard line. Santos in the shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on both sides, man in the backfield. Santos waiting for the snap, gets the snap, looking pass, looking to the right, short pass over the top, going to sail over the head of the receiver and go out of bounds on the right side. It'll move to 4th and 14.
Yeah, he just aired that one way up top. That was no receivers in the area there, but going to be interesting to see what the Volunteers do on 4th down.
So now it'll be 4th and 14. We'll see what the Lee Williams Volunteers do here on their 2nd, 4th and out. And it looks like they may go for it.
Let's see a 42-yard field goal. Let's see the huge,
let's see
the huge field goal.
I think you're being a little bit too optimistic, but you never know. 3 wide receivers right, man in the backfield for Santos, who's in the shotgun formation, 1 wide receiver on the left. Santos takes the snap, looking pass. Short pass is complete on the right side. Man trying to cut back, passes the line of scrimmage, looking for a little bit more. Slowed down a little bit by the Marauders. They're going to get the ball and take him down around the 28-yard line, but there is a flag on the field. So the Marauders able to stop the Volunteers on 4th and 14. As we take another look at it, that pass was received by Sampson again. As he is brought
Hoke and Moya on the tackle. Moya, one of the transfers that can now play, and Hoke out there. That's a beautiful job. You can see the speed coming to the outside. That's a beautiful job of these guys closing in, not letting them get upfield for that first down.
It looks like Dominic Rennick may have dove in, try to slow down Sampson a little bit. So it will be a redo of 4th down, or excuse me, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders. It's a penalty on the field. The penalty was on Lee Williams. The Marauders declined it, so they'll take over. Shotgun formation for Harrison. He's going to take the snap. Look and hand it off to Meyer. Meyer on the left side breaks a couple tackles, but gets shut down at the line.
Yeah, and Volunteers have seen that play one too many times. They were ready for it that time, but nonetheless, Drew Meyer is going to give these guys a beat no matter how many yards he gets. There's no loss there, which is just incredible. It's very rare that we call him on a loss, and again, it's not. It's very tough yards to come by.
So the Marauders will stay back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 now on the 27-yard line. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Harrison in the shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on both sides. Meyer in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, looking pass. Quick pass is going to be caught to Hoke. Hoke is going to get a 4 or 5 yard gain on that catch, but a nice reception on the right side to Trevor Hoke.
Yeah, just great job by Harrison to get that ball out and get himself on the stat sheet with a pass completion, and that's what you want to see, get him comfortable.
So a completion to Trevor Hoke there. Just a small gain of about 3-4 yards. So the ball is now on the 30-yard line, and it is now 3rd and 7.
I like the Marauders spreading it out. Haven't seen Hoke on too many receptions, so that's great to see.
Nice to see Trevor Hoke taking his talents to the offensive side as he goes into motion on the left side. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Meyer in the backfield. Harrison looking pass. Over the middle, wide open Dakota Faucha, and it goes through his hands.
Oh, Dakota just about had that one. That was really close. Hit him right in the chest protector. I think he was thinking about turning upfield, Philip, and getting that touchdown. He was already running upfield before he got that.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better pass from Zach Harrison, but unfortunately it does go through the hands of Dakota Faucha, but I can guarantee you Dakota is not going to make that same mistake twice. You got him wide open again. He's going to catch it.
Oh, and the Volunteers will see that play again. That's for sure before the night's over.
So the Marauders will punt it on 4th and 7 on the 30-yard line. Dominic Rennick looking to punt it away here. Snap, punt is up. It's going to go around the 50 and go out of bounds at the 45.
And Rennick's had some great punts, averaging over 40 yards, that's just great. A high school punt that's going to get you some field possession or position here, and Lee Williams has got more than half the field to go, so Mingus defense is going to have to come up big again.
Yeah, Rennick's been on the punting side, the special team side. He's been on the offensive side as a receiver, lined up a couple times, and in the backfield as a defensive player too. We've seen Dominic Rennick all over the field this season.
And my favorite, the field goals. He missed 2, but they were very, very close.
Yeah, let's see him hit a 40-yarder.
Yeah, yes.
Santos will go back to the line in the shotgun formation. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers right, 1 on the left. Santos waiting to take the snap. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Man in motion. Santos fumbles it but recovers. Picks it back up. He's going to gain past the 5-yard line and get an 8-yard gain. Fumbled the ball initially but was able to hold on to the ball and run right up the gut. Not for a first down, but very, very close.
That's a funky play right there. The running back, Santos took the snap and running back just hit him while he got the ball. And it pops right up and Santos was just standing under it. Whoop, right there and up the field for 10 yards.
Yeah, actually, they are going to give him the first down. So Santos able to turn nothing into something there. A 1st and 10 now on the 40-yard line. Santos shotgun formation. Going to hand it off this time to the right side. Running back cutting back. Is going to get past and get another first down. Back-to-back first downs. This time on the run was 21 again. Donnie Sims.
And Donnie Sims going to show us the speed out there. That's a couple first downs real fast.
We'll take another look at it again. Santos just right up the gut to Sims, and Sims finds a hole and takes advantage and is able to fight his way for a first down. So 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Our score 0-0. Santos under center, 3 wide receivers left, and we may get an offsides call. And this time I think it's going to be a false start. Yeah, it's going to be on the Marauders this time.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate. But Marauders have been very disciplined. They'll just have to shake that one off. Lee Williams will move up the field a little bit more, which is going to be tough, but everyone's looking at Coach Casada and Coach Giamani on the sideline. Oh, Coach, what do we do here? We got to stop these guys.
Yeah, the Marauders looking for a stop now. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Lee Williams Volunteers. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Again, our score 0-0, 1st and 5 on the 24-yard line for the Lee Williams Volunteers. 3 wide receivers left, running back in the backfield. Santos takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. That's Sims right up the gut. He's going to get the first down and fight his way for a few extra yards on that gain.
Yeah, it's just a power run by Sims.
Yeah, we got a flag on the field.
Coming in late. That's just a great run by Sims. He exploded right through the hole and got enough for the first.
So it looks like Well, one of the Lee Williams Volunteers linemen lost his helmet, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the reason for the play. Of course, he'll have to come out for a play because his helmet came off. We're trying to see what that penalty was as the referees are discussing it.
They started to move the chains, but now they're back.
So we're still patiently waiting to see what the call is. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Our score 0-0.
And I'll tell you, we got to get the ball back from the Volunteers right now.
It's going to be a personal foul on the Marauders, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Interesting. Lee Williams killing a lot of clock time right now, Philip. These guys have had the ball for the majority of the first quarter, which is definitely not how Mingus wanted to start. And not sure who that personal foul was on, but Marauders defense is going to have to kind of settle down a little bit and just play smart.
Well, this is where the Marauders can maybe come up with a huge stop, as it is now 1st and 10 on the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Lee Williams Volunteers as they are looking to strike first. Shotgun formation for Santos. Running back in the backfield. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Santos waiting for the snap. Takes the snap in the shotgun formation. Looking pass, he's going to run up the middle and get shut down, but he's going to fight for a few extra yards. The Williams Volunteers looking to push him forward.
Yeah, and the pile didn't stop. They just kept going. I mean, the ref blew that one dead, so they're not going to get too far up the field there, but nonetheless, they're still moving up closer to that goal line.
And that was Donnie Sims trying to push his quarterback for a few extra yards. Then a few linemen came in and tried to break onto the pylon, and what's going to be enough for about 3 yards.
For pushing the sled comes into play
There
right
you
there,
go.
Philip. Get low in the legs and move that pile downfield towards the end zone.
Shotgun formation now for Santos. 2 men in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on the left. Santos up the gut again. And actually that's going to be Beckham, and he's going to find his way in for a touchdown. That was Levi Beckham in there for the touchdown. And now Lee Williams takes their first lead of the night.
Yeah, and Beckham just kind of comes in and cleans up that drive by scoring. And I got the replay here, and for those of you listening, it's just a great job by Beckham taking the handoff, Wildcat offense there. And there's really nobody. He just walked kind of in.
Well, we were curious about what the difference in quarterback would be between Devon Santos and Levi Beckham, and you can see right there, Santos just a little bit taller and a little bit bigger, able to push through, and a lot of credit to Santos. He was also a big piece of getting the Lee Williams Volunteers over to the end zone and eventually punching it in for a 7-0 lead after that extra point. When we come back, we got more football right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona here at Lee Williams High School. The score 7-0 as the Lee Williams Volunteers able to punch it in on a 1-yard run by Levi Beckham, the second quarterback for the Volunteers. 1 minute 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Volunteers will kick it away. Looks like Meyer and Falcha back there to return the kick. It is up, and Meyer will let it go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, it's just a great kick. You don't see too many touchbacks in high school football, but you can tell the Volunteers are fired up. They're all sprinting downfield to get a little piece of that end zone. And Marauders going to have a long field to go, 80 yards, if they want to put some points on the board, which they're going to have to. We talked about them getting points early. Lee Williams has already done it. So Mingus want to keep this region play alive. They're going to have to scrounge up some yardage. And the last one ended with what we saw last week, which was a pass completion. Wide receiver turns upfield, and just a simple mistake, just a fumble. It was a good hit by Lee Williams' defender coming in, jarring that ball loose. So just an unfortunate play for the Marauders and their huge drive here.
Marauders will look to respond with 1:44 to go here. 7-0 is our score. 1st and 10 now on the 20-yard line. Shotgun formation for Harrison. Man in motion, that's Falcha. 2 wide receivers right. Harrison going to hand it off up the gut. That's going to be Meyer. He's going to break a few tackles, fight his way for a few extra yards. That's going to be a 7-yard gain for Drew Meyer.
Yeah, great run by Meyer, and Harrison and the offense is going to rely a lot on him tonight. You can tell. We haven't seen Moya in there, but Drew Meyer doesn't really need any kind of a break. You can tell he's wired and ready to go. That's just a great 7-yard run. He's even backpedaling when he's falling down there to get some more yardage.
2nd and 3 now on the 29-yard line. Marauders looking for a first down. And we've got a timeout on the field. They'll take one. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona here at Lee Williams High School. The score right now 7-0. Volunteers leading with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. We had a timeout on the field, but now we're back. Marauders 2nd and 2 on the 29-yard line, looking to get a first down and looking to respond. The Volunteers able to score first on a 1-yard run by Levi Beckham, the second quarterback.
Yeah, and you saw Coach Ortiz leave the huddle there after that timeout. He's just getting the guys ready. We got to get this first down. That's where it starts, and then putting points on.
Harrison takes the snap in the shotgun formation. He's going to flip it to Meyer on the right side. Meyer is going to fight his way for a first down and a little bit more.
And a huge hit by Meyer. Meyer lowers his shoulders and just delivers a huge hit, and making the Volunteers pay for tackling him.
We do have a Volunteer down on the field over by the sideline. We're going to take another look at it. Again, Harrison flipping it over to Meyer, and then Meyer, like you said, lowering his shoulder, and I think he connected pretty well with one of the players as he is now up to his feet. Fired up. And it's nice to see him walking around, though.
Yeah, great camera work by John down there on the field. You saw that big hit right on the sidelines. And Drew Meyer was putting the Lee Williams player back on the bench.
Well, but it's nice to see the Lee Williams player back up. It was a big hit from Meyer. They're going to flip it to the right side again. Meyer's going to lose it, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, just fortunate that Lee Williams didn't jump on that one. Another mistake by the Marauders, but they're at least going to live to see second down here.
2nd and 15 now on that 5-yard loss and the fumble. We're getting close to under a minute here in the first quarter. Marauders looking to respond. Our score 7-0. Lee Williams Volunteers able to score on a 1-yard run by Levi Beckham. The player who got hit by Drew Meyer is back on the field.
Yeah, good to see. That was a big shot. That was a big shot Drew delivered to him. And
concussions are
power to both of them I mean, that was a big hit, but yes,
concussions very, very important.
Number one for
exactly.
these kids.
Hoke will go in motion, 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Meyer in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, looking pass to the right, rolling right now, looking. Harrison's going to take it, and he'll go out of bounds. Right back at the line.
Yeah, just a smart play by Harrison. He didn't see anyone downfield. Dakota Falcha's sprinting back. He was downfield about 30, 40 yards, but Harrison didn't want to throw the deep bomb in case any Volunteers were waiting for him, so he just sprints to the sidelines, takes it out at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you can see right there, Harrison, we talked about his maturity as a quarterback. Maybe could have had Micah Johnson on a little flip over the top, but decided, I'm going to take the yards that I can get, and gets a couple there. And so now it'll remain 3rd and 15, but not before Coach Ortiz wants to take a timeout. So Coach Ortiz will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
I decided I wanted to get my associate's degree in fire science from Yavapai College. My drive just got me to the top and out of my class, into the Forest Service, and to where I am today as a fire science coordinator. The best thing that I can say is if it's something that you want, don't let anything scare you away from that.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona here in Lee Williams High School. The score right now, the Volunteers leading 7-0 against the Mingus Marauders. Marauders looking for their first victory of the season. And right now they're down 7-0 with 54 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 3rd and 15 on the 31-yard line. Harrison, lone man in the backfield in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers left, man in motion. That is Falcha. Falcha will go to the right side. Takes the snap. Harrison's going to roll, looking for a receiver. He's going to toss it. That is Calandra, through his hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, an offensive line gave Harrison a few seconds to roll out and make a good throw. That was definitely a set play by Coach Ortiz. And you can see the replay here. Harrison's going to take that out. He's got at least 3 receivers running L's down the field, and just out of the hands of Calandra, a little bit high. And even if Calandra catches that, he wasn't at that first down marker. He would have still been short.
So now it'll be 4th and 15, and Dominic Rennick will be out to punt the ball away. Marauders still looking to respond here. 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. And you can see our stats here for Dominic Rennick, averaging about 36 yards on the kickoff and 32 on the punt. That'll be recovered around the 40. Sampson taking it around the 50. On the left side, he's got a lot of room on the 40. Past the 30, still on his feet, and brought down around the 25-yard line. What a great return.
Yeah, just an excellent return, and you know what? Great job, Drew Meyer, not giving up on that play and getting down and making the tackle, because that was a touchdown had Drew Meyer not put in that extra effort to get downfield and make a play.
So what a great return for the Lee Williams Volunteers, as they'll take the ball now on the 15-yard line. Big position here for them to score before the end of this first quarter.
Yeah, and they got a lot of momentum going right now on the Lee Williams side.
Santos in the shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers right, 1 on the left. Sim running back in the backfield. That is number 26. That is Boyd, the senior. Santos takes a snap. He's going to run it right up the gut. Santos breaks a couple tackles, fights his way for about 5 yards.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of Santos kind of just tucking that ball and running upfield, and Marauders have done a good job of kind of pinching him, not giving him too much.
And we've got another flag on the field. And yeah, the same player for the Lee Williams Volunteers lost his helmet, and the umpires pointed out, telling him, no, you have to sit out a play. And we're still waiting to see. Yeah, they're going to send him off. Again, safety is number 1 concern here. When the player loses his helmet, they have to sit out a play.
And it looks like I thought they signaled a face mask on that. Maybe his helmet got ripped off, or he was with the hands on defense or something.
Not entirely sure what it was. If it was whatever it is, it didn't move the chains at all. But now it'll be 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation for Santos, looking to score with 10 seconds to go here. Santos going to take the snap. He's going to run up the gut, and he's going to get shut down. And the Marauders are going to be able to, keep the Volunteers off the board for now, as they'll take over on their own 7-yard line when we come back right after this break. The score, 7-0 at the end of 1 here in Kingman, Arizona. Don't go anywhere, right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Hi, my name's Crazy Tony. The reason I'm here today is to let you know what Poquito Loco is all about. Unlike the rest of the Mexican food restaurants in that area, our main focus is tacos. From street tacos to cheap tacos and everything in between. So come on down to Poquito Loco for some crazy good tacos, the newest place in Old Town. And also, we are honored to offer 10% of our profits to the Old Town Mission to help less fortunate. Have a great day and be safe.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Welcome back here to Kingman, Arizona at Lee Williams High School. The score 7-0 as the Volunteers are leading the Mingus Marauders as we begin the second quarter. It is 3rd and 10 on the 7-yard line for the Lee Williams Volunteers, looking to punch it in. They were able to score a touchdown thanks to a 1-yard run by Levi Beckham early in the first quarter, and now looking to punch it in again. But the Marauders looking for a huge stop right here.
Yeah, they need it. This is just great field position that Lee Williams has had, and that was a phenomenal punt return, and They ended up with the ball right inside the 20, and now they're looking, they're definitely inside about the 8-yard line. It's real close. So that's, Marauders have got to do a better job of winning the field position battle. Right now, huge goal line stand is what we need.
Bunch formation in the running backs here. Santos going to take it up the gut again and get shut down. Only about a 1 or 2 yard gain on that run by Santos. They're really relying on Santos up the middle.
Yeah, and that's, Marauders are going to stay honest there, and then you got to be careful because one of these next plays, they're going to try to bounce that outside and have that wide open, but the defensive line doing a great job of just getting low and clogging up all the holes, and Santos got nowhere to go when he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Santos getting the play from coach. 3rd and 2 on the 7-yard line. Marauders looking for a big goal line stand here. They'd be okay with a field goal.
Yeah, they absolutely would. Any points against the Marauders. Like we talked about in the pregame, you guys are looking for their first win against Mingus, so they got some momentum right now.
Under center is Santos. He's going to take it up the gut again, push his way through. He's not going to break the pylon, and he's going to get shut down before the goal line, but there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, another flag coming in late, and I don't know if he reached that first down marker. I think they were just trying to get the first and keep eating the clock up there. Lee Williams done a great job of just chewing this clock up on the drive.
So we're waiting for the final signal in terms of positioning of the ball as well as what that penalty was on. So it was a goal line attempt on the run up the gut by Santos. We're going to take another look at it. And again, they're just trying to push their way through with Santos up the middle, and they're trying to drag him as much as they can, but the Marauders doing a good job locking up that middle.
Yeah, and the defensive line just not letting him get anywhere. You can pull him as much as you want, but he's going to fall over the defensive line once you do.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty on the Marauders, and that's going to make things just a little bit tougher for them.
That'll end up most likely being first down, and that's, Marauders got to stack the line here.
So now it'll be 1st and 2 for the Lee Williams Volunteers. Santos again under center. Looking to punch it in for his first touchdown of the night, and the second touchdown for the Volunteers.
I think the refs having maybe a discussion of exactly where the ball should be placed, but both teams kind of looking at each other. When are we going to start this?
Well, now
Marauders got a lot of animosity. They want to stop these guys bad.
The line judge is running over to the coaches on the Marauders side, and still waiting to see what the issue was.
I wonder if maybe they're addressing that penalty that was called.
Okay. So
you see Coach Ortiz coming from the way back to talk to the linesman.
Well, it's going to be 1st and 2 on the 2-yard line. And, the line judge is done talking to Coach Ortiz about whatever he wanted to talk about.
And nonetheless, just great field position for Lee Williams. They're real close to punching this in.
Santos under center. They're going to fight their way through. Did he get through to the pylon? There's a flag on the field. I think they're going to call false start. And it is going to be false start on the Volunteers, so that touchdown will not count. Santos looks like he got through, so Marauders able to get bailed out on that one.
Yeah, he certainly did, just barely, but he did. And here's another flag. I think they're going to call it on Santos taking his helmet off.
Yeah, and there's another one. There's 3 flags now on the field. So it looks like there's going to be one on Santos for taking his helmet off the field.
Definitely.
There's going to be one for the false start. Now there's a 3rd flag. We're not entirely sure who that was on or what happened.
Yeah, and if you're Lee Williams, I mean, you're just shooting yourself in the foot there. They were right on the 2-yard line, and you got a false start, which is not too bad. You're going to go back to the 7. But then we saw, I'm not sure what had transpired on the play, but then we saw Santos just take his helmet off and run out of the field.
So, well, for sure now the Volunteers are going to get pushed back. Not sure how far back. Of course, there could have been a penalty on the side of the Marauders and the side of the Volunteers. We know that the false start is for sure going to be on the Volunteers.
And these guys are writing a lot down right now, Philip. They're trying to sort this all out.
If only we could we get John over there looking at their books so that we can get an idea of what they're talking about or what they're writing down?
It's a lot of notes, but nonetheless, Mingus is going to have a little bit of relief here. No matter how far they get pushed back, this is huge for Mingus. Going to give them a little bit of breathing room. They don't necessarily have to put 8 guys on the line now. Now you can try to play stellar defense, maybe get a pick or just a strip, a fumble, anything. Marauders need something to get this going.
Yeah, this could be the bailout they needed. I mean, the Volunteers were right at the 2-yard line, and had none of those penalties transpired, Santos would have found himself his first touchdown of the night. But instead now we've got 3 flags on the field again. One of them is a false start for Lee Williams. One of them might be a personal foul for Santos taking his helmet off. And then there's a third penalty. We're not even kind of sure what it might be.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. We didn't see anything physical going on the field. Santos just kind of ran out of the pile and took his helmet off. And that's definitely when the ref threw that flag up.
We're just not sure what it is, or we're going to get another look at it. So it's going to be false start on the Volunteers. And we got unsportsmanlike conduct on Lee Williams as well. There's 2 penalties, and we're still maybe waiting for one more. And he's going to get the one more here in a second.
I wonder if maybe, oh no, here it is.
And unsportsmanlike conduct on the Marauders. Yeah, see, I had a weird suspicion that maybe it was going to be an offsetting penalty on that 15-yard penalty. So the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties will offset, but we will still have the penalty against Lee Williams for the the false start. Thank you. Yes. So we're still sorting things out here.
Yeah, and the Marauders just got to do that's the second personal penalty that the Marauders defense have had, and you gotta get that under wraps and when Santos rips his helmet off, just let him do it. Hey, you're gonna get 15, 17 yards out of it if you calculate for their false start too. So Marauders got to take a deep breath, because here they go. Now we're moving the ball back up, and it's only going to be a 5-yard loss, or a 5-yard penalty, excuse me.
So essentially, false start for the Lee Williams Volunteers, what we can just boil it down to. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty after all of that confusion. It'll move to the 9-yard line. It'll be on the 10-yard line. There we are. So shotgun formation now. That is Beckham in at quarterback.
Giving us that wildcat look, and hey, they're 1-for-1 scoring on this play.
Yeah.
So
and the man who took it in was Beckham.
Beckham himself.
So here we go. We're finally getting some football going here. 10 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. Beckham, shotgun formation. Takes the snap. He's going to run it up the gut. And he's going to get shut down, but not before a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, that's almost like a goal line play that they had. Beckham just kind of tucked his head, tucked his shoulders. You're going to see the replay here, and he just took that snap and kind of went straight into the ground, like looking to get just a yard or two. You definitely got to get more than that. They're about 7 yards out. Ooh, actually closer to 10 yards out from the goal line.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and 9 on the 1-yard gain on that run by Beckham. Beckham still is still in the shotgun formation, still at quarterback. 2 wide receivers in the backfield, 2 wide receivers right, 1 on the left. Beckham, shotgun formation, 2nd and 9 on the 9-yard line. Beckham takes the snap. He's going to run it again up the gut. He's going to run to the left side, and he's going to get brought down. Great tackle by the Marauders defensive line there. That was number 24. We're going to get his name here in a second. That was Zach Figge.
Yeah, Figge, great job bringing the big guy down. Beckham's got some size to him. You can see he's bigger than half his offensive line. So good job by Figge bringing him down. And Marauders, great job so far on the goal line stand. They're keeping the Volunteers away from the goal line. It's 3rd and now 6. They're keeping them short.
So Beckham again in the shotgun formation. Great tackle by Zach Figge to bring him down, because Beckham had some space on the left side. Shotgun formation for Beckham. 2 wide receivers on the right. Sort of a strong formation now. Beckham looking for, flips it. And what a great stop by Micah Johnson. We've got a flag on the field. Catch up with myself here. Johnson flipped it to his running back last second, and then Micah Johnson had a big stop. There is a flag on the field. And we're going to take another look at it here. Last second flip, Figge again on the tackle, and then Johnson right there to bring him down.
Yeah, that's just a phenomenal play by Micah out there. We definitely missed him the first few games. That's a big hit.
We've got holding on the, it's going to be holding on the Volunteers. That's going to push them back 5 yards.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Ortiz and the Marauders are looking for here. These guys are, Coach Quesada, Coach Giamani, they're on the sidelines calling out for the defense here. They know this is a crucial stop if the Marauders want to have some momentum going into halftime. Philip, the Volunteers have had this ball for most of the game so far.
Yes, they have, and a good portion of that has been because of the penalty confusion we had. Of course, it doesn't count for the clock, but it seems like the Volunteers have had the ball for about 3 hours now. But Marauders looking good, though. I mean, taking advantage when they can. They're getting some great plays. We've got a time. We've got a. Or I thought it was a timeout. We do not have a timeout on the field. But anyway, getting back to my point, the Marauders defensively have been looking real good. I mean, outside of those penalties, even with the penalties, the Marauders able to shut down the run. They knew that Beckham was going to be that guy to run the ball, as now Santos is back in at quarterback in the shotgun formation. Santos takes the snap, rolling left, looking to pass, pressure coming, last second throw, it is incomplete.
And great job, Mingus, getting the pressure in there. That's just an excellent job, and that's exactly what they needed to do, holding the fourth down. So maybe we'll see a field goal here from the Volunteers. Maybe they're going to try to go for it, but nonetheless, this is exactly what Mingus needed.
So great pressure up front by the Marauders and great defense by Angelo Alvarez, number 26, and well, there you go.
Alvarez always all over it. He's had a great few last games. We've called his name a lot, and tonight with the great pressure and making Santos scramble and throw that ball just short.
This is the kind of stop the Marauders needed. The Volunteers will go for it here on 4th and 15 on the 15-yard line.
And Harrison and that Mingus offense are just begging for the ball back at this point.
Shotgun formation now for Santos. 3 wide receivers left, ready to take the snap, and they're going to be able to draw the Marauders off sides. A little bit of a taste of their own medicine there as the Marauders were able to draw off Coconino last week, and this time they're on the other side of it.
You know they're doing this in practice all week, too.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder who wins those battles, because we have very disciplined on defense and offensive side, besides a few personal penalties that we've seen. But yeah, defense just got a little antsy there. They know it's 4th down, trying to make a big stop here. So you're right, Philip. They get a little taste of their own medicine, the Marauders.
So now it'll be 4th and 10 on the 10-yard line after the 5-yard penalty. Still a little bit of a ways to go for the Volunteers, but the Marauders doing a good job of keeping them pretty quiet in terms of their field progression. Shotgun formation for Santos, still 4th and 10. Santos takes the snap, looking left, looking pass, over the top. It is, was that caught? It was. It was received in the back of the end zone for a touchdown, and the Volunteers have scored.
Yeah, that's just an incredible pass by Santos, and very lucky. Didn't catch that wide receiver. Here we go. We got a replay here. Yeah, Santos, what a bomb in the back of the end zone.
What a great job by number 21. That was Donnie Sims, the running back, able to adjust his body last second to come back for that ball and catch it in the backside of the end zone.
Yeah, and that's just a wonderful job by the young man turning around, able to grab that ball. And you saw the ref signaling catch and touchdown. That's a huge momentum blower for Mingus.
The Volunteers looking for an extra point. That is up and good. 14-0 goes our score here in the second quarter. 8 minutes and 35 seconds to go. In the second quarter, the Marauders will take over on offense. When we come back on the other side of this break, you're listening and watching to Marauders football right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
I decided I wanted to get my associate's degree in fire science from Yavapai College. My drive just got me to the top and out of my class, into the Forest Service, and to where I am today as a fire science coordinator. The best thing that I can say is if it's something that you want, don't let anything scare you away from that.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona. The score at Lee Williams High School, 14-0. Volunteers leading the Mingus Marauders. It was a rushing touchdown for Levi Beckham in the first quarter, and now a touchdown reception from Donnie Sims to put the score 14-0. That one sent away. Meyer is going to let it go to the 1-yard line and pick it up. Meyer, past the 20, past the 15, cuts back around the 25. He'll get stopped at about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, great job. Drew picked it up like right about the 1 or 2 yard line, able to get upfield. The Marauders will have just over a 70-yard field to go to get some points, which Phillip is just going to be crucial. This was the big key to the game that we talked about. They want to move on to region play and maybe playoff spot. You can still do that. As many losses as the Marauders have, as long as you can win in the region. However, we're falling behind tonight. Lee Williams has got the edge so far. I think it's come down to some of the field position. Because like you said, Marauders have played good on defense so far.
Well, of course, on the flip side, the Marauders still have the rest of this quarter and the entire second half to put some points together. That pass going to be on the right side to Falcha. Falcha is going to break a tackle and keep going. Great block by Peter Calandra and a big hit.
Yeah, huge hit, and good job by Falcha hanging on to the ball and getting upfield and getting some yards. Mingus is going to move downfield.
And so that is going to be, you can see right there on your replay, a huge hit on the right side. Was able to bring down Falcha. Clean hit, just a big hit.
Yeah, it's Al Falcha's spin move.
Yeah, Falcha just spun around, turned around. It was a nice, big, clean hit from the defensive side of the Volunteers, and it hyped up their defense a little bit. And not before a small gain, though, by Dakota Falcha, 2nd and 6 on the 31-yard line. Shotgun formation for Harrison. He's going to look right. Toss it over to Meyer. Meyer on the right side. It's got some space. Going to get a first down and a lot more. Meyer's going to barrel his way in for a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, I love it. Meyer's just going to catch that one, get right upfield, and then, like he's done all night tonight, just lower that shoulder and make the Volunteers pay when they're tackling him.
So Meyer able to get the first down and a lot more on that huge gain. You see it right there on your TV screens. It was a pass to the right side, and Meyer, on the last second, just barreling through that defender for a significant gain. So 1st and 10 now on the 41-yard line. Harrison, short pass again. This one again to Meyer, and it's going to be for a short gain. I think that was Meyer. Actually, that was Trevor Hoke on the right side for a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and I like the spreading out from Harrison. Now, we haven't seen Nair tonight, so we're going to use Hoke, and we're going to use the other weapons that we've seen out for offense. And good job by Hoke bringing that in, and I like seeing Meyer on the receptions.
Yeah, nice to see Meyer there working out of the passing game. Like, you know, we've seen him a couple times in the passing game, but somebody we haven't seen in the passing game is Trevor Hoke coming in and making a difference.
Yeah, deservedly so, playing outstanding on the defensive side of the ball, and I like to see the young man come in and get his chance on offense.
But whom we have not seen is Andrew Nair. Shotgun formation, Harrison's going to hand it off. Meyer is shut down, immediately breaks a tackle, but it's going to go down for at least a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, tough play by Drew there. These guys are going to have to shake that play off, move on to the next, because they've had a few good ones now.
So 14-0 is our score. 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Mingus Marauders. So Harrison looking to put something on the board before we head to the second half. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Harrison in the shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, running back in the backfield. Harrison waiting to take the snap in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Harrison looking right. Last second throw through the hands of Hoke, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, boy, if Hoke catches that one, he's gone upfield for at least another 10 yards, 15 yards.
So now it'll be 4th and 10, and Dominic Rennick will come out to punt it away. So the Marauders unable to capitalize here on this drive.
Man, you see a little frustration from Harrison as he gets to the sidelines, but you know what? You just got to go in and make some crucial adjustments, which we've seen all season long so far have been great. Halftime adjustments have been great, but like your earlier point, we still got plenty of time in this quarter. It's going to start with defense coming up with a huge stop.
And that's where it could really, I mean, you make a great point, Nick. This is where it can really kind of turn the tides for the Marauders. We saw a strong last 5 minutes from the Marauders defense against Coconino last week.
Right.
And they were able to carry some of that momentum into the second half. And right here, we've got 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter before we head to the second half. And if the Marauders can get a stop and somehow manage some points, I mean, obviously it's a 1-score game. Still pretty close, though. 14-0 is a lot better than, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a lot better than what we've seen at halftime here for the Marauders this season. But, I mean, right here they're in a good position to get a big stop. The Volunteers will take the ball on the 15-yard line, excuse me. And right here, the Marauders got to shut them down. So Santos will go under center, running back in the backfield. Takes the snap, going to hand it off and gets shut down again. 1-yard gain on that run on the handoff from Santos to his running back. That was Sims again.
Yeah, and Sims has got some brutal yards. Him and Drew Meyer can talk to each other about those yards that they're getting. That was a tough one to come across, and good job by the Marauders defense. Like you just said, we got to come up with a stop here. Rennick had a great punt, so he pins them deep. Volunteers have, they had 80 yards to go, got a couple on that one, so it's a long field Marauders have to play with here.
Santos will go in the shotgun formation, running back to his left and one in the backfield, two wide receivers right. Santos is going to look to run. He's going to flip it to the option. It's going to be a fumble. The Marauders are going to pick it up, and they have. There is that snap we talked about. The Marauders will take over on the fumble recovery.
That is outstanding. The Marauders are jumping all over each other on the sidelines. They're ready to get this one in, and that's the turning point we were just talking about. 5 minutes left. They're just about to that 5-minute mark, and Marauders are looking good.
You can see that last second flip to Sims was just a little bit too much, and it went right through his hands. And on the fumble recovery, number 54, that is Ilan Martinez. And how about that?
Yeah,
Martinez able to scoop it up.
Great job, Martinez. You can see the volunteer almost had the ball, and Martinez snakes it from him and says, no, I'm getting Harrison and my offense back out here.
Yeah.
We're getting some points.
Well, here the Marauders can capitalize right before we head to the third quarter. 5 minutes to go here. 14-0 is the score. 1st and 10 for Zach Harrison and the Marauders. Harrison in the shotgun formation. Meyer's going to go to the option. Harrison is going to roll, going to take it himself. He's going to go to the right side and rush in for a touchdown. The Marauders have cut the deficit to 1 score.
Yeah, outstanding job. Harrison saw that all day. Took the snap, nobody open. He got a little tiny pressure. Whole right side of the end zone wide open. Harrison says, that's where I'm headed.
How about that? Harrison able to break a tackle, and he's just got daylight on the right side. His first rushing touchdown of the season, and the Marauders have cut the deficit 6-14 as we wait for the extra point.
And exactly what the Marauders needed before halftime. That is crucial. That's going to give them a ton of momentum, and there's still plenty of time to even tie this thing up.
A big stop by the defense. We talked about it. Now the offense able to punch it in. 6-14 is our score. We await the extra point. The snap. Rennick. The kick is up. We will go 7-14. The Marauders have cut the deficit to a 1-score game with 4 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the Marauders will look for another defensive stop as they look to kick it away to the Volunteers right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Don't go anywhere.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona here at Lee Williams High School. The score 14-7. A rushing touchdown from Zach Harrison, had a lot of space on the right side, took advantage of the hole and scored. Now the Marauders are only down by a touchdown. Looking to score before we head to the second half. Philip Katafmo alongside Nick Yatsenko. Thank you for joining us on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. We are in for a barn burner, Nick.
We certainly are, and Harrison's leading the way by rushing it into the end zone. I love it.
Return around the 5-yard line. Sampson looking for a huge return like he had earlier. Cuts back and it gets brought down at the 25-yard line.
And just a huge tackle by Micah Johnson coming in. Kept his feet driving as he made the tackle there. Great job. And hey, these guys are fired up. I'd be driving my feet too. Let's get our offense back on here and tie this game before we get a lead. But Lee Williams has other plans, so Mingus defense going to have to come up big again.
Well, the Marauders defense looking to do exactly that, Nick. Come up big and get a huge stop here and hopefully get their offense another opportunity out on the field. So it'll be Santos again in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Running back in the backfield. Santos takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Up the middle. Brought down after a 5-yard gain is number 26. And that is Wesley Boyd, the senior.
And Trevor Hoke stood him right up and said, you're not getting another yard out of this run. Great job by Hoke.
So it'll be a 5-yard gain on that run for the Volunteers.
The Volunteers spreading the ball out a lot.
They are.
A lot of guys rushing and passing. We'll go over some stats at the halftime show, but they're really spreading the ball out.
Shotgun formation now for Santos. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, running back in the backfield. Santos waiting for the snap, takes it. He's going to run it this time. Marauders looking for a big stop. They'll get it. Ryan Griffin on the tackle.
The big guy bringing Santos down, and Santos is just a little guy out there, but he's real quick. So, yeah, great job, Mingus defense, stuffing him.
So how about that? Right back at the line of scrimmage go the Volunteers, 3rd and 5 on the 31-yard line. Ryan Griffin able to lock up the quarterback, Devon Santos, on that run. And also big credit there. Looks like Trevor Hoke as well on the tackle.
Yeah, boy, Hoke's just a menace on defense.
Yeah.
He's all over.
We're seeing a little bit on offense. He's had a couple receptions. It's good to see. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, running back in the backfield for Santos in the shotgun formation. Looking to take the snap, 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Santos is going to hand it off. That's going to be Boyd again, and he's going to get brought down right back at the line of scrimmage. Another big stop for the Marauders, and they're going to go 4 and out.
Yeah, Coach Shimani, Coach Ortiz, everybody's fired up on the sidelines over there. Mingus is ready to get their offense back out and get another score going.
So it's going to be a 3-yard gain. So we're going to go 2-yard gain. So we're going to go 4th and 3 on the 33-yard line, and it looks like no, they are going to punt it away. So the Marauders will look to return their first punt of the season.
Alvarez back here, he's jazzed up, ready to go. He wants a chance to take it to the house.
We'll see if Alvarez can take it to the house. Punt is up, and it will be botched and stop around the 35-yard line. Great field position for the Marauders, and they're going to have to still wait for their first punt return yards of the season.
Yeah, Alvarez is going to the sidelines like, dang it. Even though that was good, I wanted a chance at that. But no, nonetheless, Marauders going to have great field position. And, hey, this is what we talked about. With only 5 minutes, 40 seconds, it was 14-0. All of a sudden, it's 7-0. Now we got a good turnover, and we got a great field position right now.
So now 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The Marauders only down by a score, getting the ball in with great field position before we head to the second half. Looking to tie things up or maybe get another defensive stop after a touchdown and then score again and get the lead before we head to halftime.
It's nice cutting into their time of possession, too.
Harrison looking to pass. Stepping up in the pocket, over the top. Faucha again, it's over his head and incomplete over the middle.
And Faucha is really showing you speed out there. It was just overthrown by Harrison, but Faucha's real fast. He burned those defensive backs. He would have had a touchdown had he had any chance of getting that one.
So that one will go incomplete again to Faucha right over the middle. And a great step up by Harrison in the pocket to try to find Faucha. God, I bet Dakota Faucha's, he had that one that went through his hands and then that one sails over his head. He's got to get one over the middle for
as soon as
a big
he does,
score.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone for sure.
He's fast.
Yeah, so we'll still wait for that big Dakota Faucha play. We've got a couple of them all season long, but we're waiting for his big play. Hopefully it'll come here. Shotgun formation for Harrison. Faucha in motion on the right side. 3 wide receivers right, 1 on the left. Harrison's going to take it up the middle. He's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and good job not pitching that ball out. The Volunteers had eyes all over Drew Meyer. So Harrison just made the safe play and just kind of tucked it and dove forward for a little bit.
So the Marauders on 3rd and 10 will look to get a first down and continue their possession. We're getting very close to 2 minutes here in the second quarter. So Harrison's still waiting to get the play call from Coach. Hoke is going to run to the left side. Faucha is going to go to the right. They're going to switch sides here. Just want that big play right over the top to Dakota Faucha.
Yeah, he deserves it and earned it.
Well, we're going to get a timeout on the field, so we're going to take one as well. 1 minute, 43 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 14-7. Marauders still have the ball, looking to score before the second half is over. Before the second half begins. When we come back right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Welcome back to Kingman High School, Lee Williams High School here in Kingman, Arizona. 14-7 is our score. Marauders in striking distance to tie things up. before we head to the second half. 1 minute and 43 seconds to go. 3rd and 9 on the 35-yard line. Harrison in the shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers right, 1 on the left. Harrison the only man in the backfield. Takes the snap, draws him off sides, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Volunteers.
No, I think, Phil, they might be calling that on Calandra. I think Calandra took an early step. That's going to be on Mingus.
Yes, it is. I jumped the gun way too early, and it's actually going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Marauders.
And we're so used to that. Going on the defensive side. Great discipline by the offense, but hey, Calandra's ready to get some points.
So same play, 3 wide receivers right, 1 on the left, and we've got a timeout on the side of the Volunteers. When we come back, Marauders looking to tie things up here with 1 minute and 43 to go in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere, right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. One minute and 43 seconds to go here at Lee Williams High School. The Volunteers currently up 14-7. Marauders very close to tying things up here before we head to the second half. 3rd and 14.
Minute 43 left. Both coaches are calling timeouts. They're really talking this one over. This is, hey, we talked about it in the pregame show. This is a region game. These teams are fighting to stay alive right now.
Shotgun formation for Harrison, running back in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on both sides. Faucha now in motion on the right side. Harrison looking to pass. Pressure coming. Harrison rolling right, looking downfield, looking for somebody. Harrison's going to take it himself, and he's going to run out of bounds.
Yeah, boy, I think I'd like Harrison to maybe throw a bomb downfield because it's going to be 4th down and almost 15.
Well, so here's the question: do you go for it? As Harrison was able to get about a 2-yard gain on that scramble. So reduce the damage a little bit, but
yeah, interesting. I think you go for it.
They are going to go for it.
You have confidence in your defense that they'll come up with another big stop.
Well, here we go. Harrison in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers on the left, 1 on the right. No one in the backfield. Marauders looking to go to the end zone here. Harrison rolling left, looking downfield. Over the top, it is caught. There's Dakota Faucha. Did he get the first down?
Ooh, we're going to see what
he may have been short.
Here. Yeah, it certainly looks like they're going to mark him short.
They're going to give it. We're going to take another look at it. We're still waiting to see what happens. So we'll take another look at it here. Harrison rolling left. A great pass by Harrison to Faucha on the left side. Faucha makes the catch. Just not sure if his momentum carried him forward. And it did. They're going to give him the first down. So a first down for Dakota Faucha. We were waiting for that big play. And he comes up clutch.
Yeah, he's got it. That's just an excellent play on 4th down, just like the Volunteers had earlier. A couple great 4th down plays, and Marauders are looking to get some points.
1st and 10 now, Harrison. Short pass. Meyer is going to make the catch, break a tackle, and fight his way for 5 yards.
Yeah, there's the bread and butter. You have a great pass play and then go right back to Drew Meyer on the offensive ground game. That's just outstanding by the Marauders.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to chew this rest of the minute 15 up.
Yeah, nice short pass to Meyer. He saw his defender right there. Still was able to regain his composure, make that catch, and get pushed out of bounds. But not before a solid gain. Marauders in a good position right here to tie things up. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Running back in the backfield. Harrison, shotgun formation. Marauders looking to go to the end zone here and tie things up. Harrison waiting to get the snap, waiting to have the umpires tell us to go here. So
everyone's double checking their wristbands. Coach on the field there. Maybe he's talking to the ref.
So we've got the signal here, and here we go. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go. Looks like maybe the clock was a little bit wrong. So now shotgun formation for Harrison again. Harrison waiting to take the snap. Meyer in motion on the left side. Harrison looking to pass, pressure coming. He's going to barely get it through. It's going to be thrown right to a defender and intercepted. Still on his feet, past the 40-yard line, past the 45, and brought down. The fumble is out, but it's out of bounds, and it's going to be an interception.
Wow, and that's just an outstanding play by the Volunteers. That's great awareness by those guys. They barely got a hand on Harrison. Boy, he's getting up real slow. I hope Harrison's okay. That was a big hit.
So a interception now, and the Volunteers will take the ball back. And actually, there is a flag on the field. And I think that ball's going to come back.
It's going to be interesting. I wonder if that was pre-interception or post-interception.
I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be holding.
Nonetheless, it was Drayden Allen on the interception. That's just impressive by the big guy.
It is going to be holding on the defense. It's going to be holding on the Volunteers. They are going to give them the interception, so they'll take over the ball, but not where Allen recovered or ended up getting tackled. So they're going to get pushed back to the 25-yard line. We'll take another look at it.
He's just a freshman. Freshman Allen out there. You're going to see the big guy. Just great awareness, great hands. Harrison gets taken down, and he was ready for it. Allen, a little stiff arm from the big guy getting upfield, and great job Drew Meyer getting down there to get him, but that's coming back. There was a clear hold we didn't get to see, but Volunteers have a long field to go. Marauders, I imagine, might try to strip this football, use maybe a timeout or two to keep them down here as long as the Volunteers don't get any big plays.
So the ball will be placed on the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 15 for the Volunteers. They're still up by a score, 14-7. Marauders looking for another big defensive stop. Last time they were around this area, the Marauders were able to get a fumble recovery and came in to score on Zach Harrison's rushing touchdown. So shotgun formation for Santos. Wide receivers on both sides, running back in the backfield. Santos takes the snap. They're going to hand it off. Left side, pressure coming. Sims is out of bounds and pushed out, and that is Trevor Hoke on the tackle.
Yeah, nice job by Hoke, and you know what, on the contrary, nice job by Sims getting out of bounds. It looks like he's trying to stop that clock and give his offense a chance to move it downfield. Only got a couple yards on the play, but that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, but Trevor Hoke able to come in and get that tackle, push him out of bounds after the 1-yard gain. So actually it's going to be for a few yards. It's going to be for 3. So a nice little run there by Donnie Sims, the running back. And now it'll be 2nd and 7 on the 18-yard line. Shotgun formation. No, excuse me. Santos will go under center. I formation now. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Santos takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the gut on the left side. That's going to be Boyd. Boyd is going to get brought down around the 45-yard line or 25-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Boyd carrying a couple Marauders upfield, but nonetheless, Mingus did a good job of cutting off the angles and not letting them get to the outside.
And it's going to be a first down for the Volunteers. So now 52 seconds, 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line.
And we'll talk about it during the halftime show, Philip, but the Volunteers definitely using all their weapons. Very diverse offense.
3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, shotgun formation for Santos running back in the backfield. Santos takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. That's going to be Sims on the left side. He's going to get brought down right back at the line of scrimmage.
And those are just brutal yards that Sims getting in right in the middle of the line of scrimmage, and the big guys out there getting dinged up. But these guys are just killing the clock, it looks like.
So with 15 seconds to go here as the clock continues to wind down, we're either going to get the last play from the Volunteers or they're just going to let the clock wind down. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. The Marauders are already starting to make their way off the field, and so are the Volunteers. At the end of the first half, the Volunteers currently leading the Marauders 14-7, but a very, very close game going into halftime.
Yeah, and Mingus did a good job there at the end, except that unfortunate play Marauders had, and Volunteers capitalized on it, and they did have a penalty, which, thank goodness, Allen took that ball upfield, and with a minute left in the half, they could have made something out of it, but that penalty brought them back, and here we are at halftime, only down by 7 points. Good adjustments coming. We've seen the great adjustments Marauders have made during halftime so far, and going to be exciting to see what they come out with after the halftime show.
So the Marauders are looking to make some adjustments, but we'll stay right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV as we head into halftime. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the halftime report, stats, and we'll get you ready for the second half.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at Gettle'sHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettle's, and go Marauders!
So I'm really happy that I decided to start flying as a career. It just gives me a sense of confidence that I never really experienced before in my life. It's just something that not many people get to do, and it's just a blessing to be able to do it pretty much every single day of my life and just be surrounded by it all the time.
You can see the Lee Williams Volunteer Marching Band out there doing their thing. And if that's a familiar sound, it's because it's the Imperial March from Star Wars. Or actually, it's the opening theme, one of the two. But Philip Kaufman alongside Nick Yatsenko, happy to have you along with us here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV as we get you ready for the second half. It is halftime. Our score right now, 14-7. The Marauders keeping it pretty close, had a huge defensive stop, and it led to a touchdown early on.
Yeah, really close. Marauders within one here. We haven't seen that in the past few games, so we know the adjustments are going to be great coming out of halftime. And a lot of bright spots for Mingus. Defensively, they played well. The Volunteers just had great field position, and that's been a tough. I know against Coconino, it was bad field position. The Coconino started out great field position, and Marauders paid dearly. And tonight, same thing. They got up early, 14-0. Marauders come back 7. And like we talked about, right at the end of the second quarter is when the Marauders seemed to start to heat up. But then, unfortunately, didn't get that touchdown at the end to tie it, and Volunteers ended it ahead by 7.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a last-second throw by Zach Harrison for an interception, and thankfully for the Marauders, it was a fumble, so it didn't result in too much for the Lee Williams Volunteers. But 14-7 is our score, and yeah, you're right though. We have seen a lot of bright spots. Trevor Hoke is doing a lot on both sides, defensively and offensively. We're seeing him as a wide receiver. Of course, not entirely sure where Andrew Nair is at. He is has not been on the field for the Marauders. I don't remember him getting injured against Coconino, so he is not on the field tonight. But Trevor Hoke has been doing a great job filling in, and Dakota Faucha as well had a great grab to get a big first down on 4th and long for the Marauders before we headed to halftime.
Yeah, Faucha's a speedster, and if he can get his hands on the ball, he's going to be great. You see, he's only got 2 receptions, 17 yards. We've targeted him a bunch, though.
Yeah.
We've probably targeted him 6-7 times, and just over the head. So if we can connect on Harrison and Faucha, that'll be dangerous. But like you said, they're putting it together a little bit. It's just all about getting points on early. It's a shame we couldn't maybe have done this in the first quarter, but as the season goes on, hopefully that progresses and we can do that. But yeah, Falch's speedster out there, Hoke playing two sides of the football. I got to love that. Kid's getting his time out on defense. He earned it.
Oh, yeah.
We always call him out on defense, so why not throw him out there to catch some football? So he's done a great job of that. Besides that one fumble in the beginning of the game, that was a huge hit from the Volunteers, though. So you just got to move on past that, and the Marauders have, and they're within 7 now.
Yeah, and outside of that fumble, of course, Trevor Hoke has been great as a receiver, has been targeted a few times, as well as Dakota Falch, like we mentioned, and Peter Calandra had a couple targets as well. So Harrison doing a good job staying poised in the pocket, made a couple great throws. Of course, he did have Dakota Falch open twice, and one went through his hands and one sailed over his head, but it's nice to see the Marauders sort of targeting the middle of that field. They've got some speedy receivers. Why not utilize them?
They sure do. And, we haven't seen Micah Johnson on the receiving end either. We thought maybe we'd see him. He's got some great size. We thought he'd see him. You can see Harrison's stats there, 6 for 10, 39 yards, and the interception.
And a rushing touchdown.
Which was just a great, the rushing touchdown. Right. Can't take that from him. But that Dryden Allen on the Lee Williams Volunteers, that was phenomenal awareness.
Oh, yeah.
That interception, that's not typical, but by your big guys, and he's just a freshman. Lee Williams excited about him, and that was a great job on his part. But no, these guys are getting it done. The Marauders just got to kind of settle down, and this is region play. They're all fired up, and coaches and players are all aware that this is basically do or die. If they want to win region and make a playoff spot, it starts now.
And the Marauders are looking to make some adjustments here at halftime. They're currently down 14-7. When we come back, we'll keep talking football and get you ready for the second half. When we come back right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV, don't go anywhere.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
People always ask us, what makes us different from other car dealers? Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to try harder and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee to do our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we are a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
We develop quality citizens who keep our core, our country, and our communities side by side on the winning side. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona, here at Lee Williams High School. The score at halftime, 14-7, and we've got some of the looks like the dance team and some of the little volunteer dance team out there getting us pumped up for the second half.
Yeah, moving our hips to dancing queen out here.
Yeah, a little ABBA. You can't complain too much about that, but. Marauders looking to bounce back here in the second half. We talked about how well they do when they come back out of halftime. They make some proper adjustments and they're able to shut down the offenses of the other team. And it's been a closer game than we've seen so far. And it has a lot to do with the defensive side, has a lot to do with Zach Harrison, has a lot to do with the receiving core. Oh, and also the big fella behind as the running back, Drew Meyer.
Yeah, Drew Meyer will talk about his stats for a short second, give him some credit. He hasn't put up too many yards, but they're hard to come by, and that's what Mingus is doing to keep Lee Williams honest, is giving him the football. You can see 7 carries, 28 yards. Those are tough yards. He hasn't had any open field to run into yet. We've also seen him on the receiving end.
That's right.
I like seeing him on the receiving end. We haven't seen that in the previous game, so mixing it up a little bit. The Marauders are going to Hoke, going to Meyer. So these guys are doing well. However, Lee Williams is really spreading the football out. They're utilizing a lot of weapons on offense.
Yeah, they really are. And you talk about the weapons. We mentioned early on that Devon Santos and Levi Beckham were going to be problems as quarterbacks for this team. And Santos had one called back because of a penalty, but Levi Beckham was able to get in the end zone early.
Yeah, and that was the first play, Wildcat. Beckham only got 3 carries right now, but he takes one of them in for a touchdown. It was just a short run, but it's a different style when they get down in the end zone. You can see the stats there. 3 carries, 7 yards, and a touchdown. So he's not necessarily putting the work in, but that play is a little bit of trickery for the Marauders. It's something different that they typically don't see. So when they get in there, Beckham's just got an open field to run in the end zone.
Yeah, and we've seen that as well with Santos, sort of those runs up the middle. A lot of quarterback sneaks for Santos. We know he's got a lot of speed, and utilizing his legs in the best ability, 4 for 6 with 14 yards and 1 passing touchdown, a great pass to the back of the end zone to his running back Sims, and as well Donnie Sims, the running back, and as well Boyd, the senior running back. Their little running back duo has been solid as well. They've got a receiving touchdown, they've got a rushing touchdown from Levi Beckham, and for the most part, a lot of things were firing very, very well. As you see the stats right there, Boyd 9 for 74 and a touchdown.
Yeah, these guys, it's tough to stop that many weapons. And that's these guys, the running backs are in the end zone, turning their backs, catching the football
that
was thrown behind them. That's a great job by Sims, and that was on a 4th down play.
Yeah.
So those are just clutch plays that they're making. There you see Sims, 10 carries, 42 yards. Those are Drew Meyer-like yards where he's that's getting beat up at the line of scrimmage. You're running into a pile of guys, and somehow you're able to get yards out of it. But having a couple weapons is really helping Lee Williams. And Mingus maybe not sure which one to focus on when the play starts. That's a tough aspect.
And then, of course, on the defensive side as well for the Lee Williams Volunteers, able to get an interception. They got a fumble recovery earlier. I think they have 2 fumble recoveries. So defensively, they've been solid as well. I've only given up that 1 touchdown, the run to Zach Harrison on the right side. And their defense, the Volunteers' defense, is looking strong and sturdy.
Yeah, and good job by the Marauders not letting the Volunteers capitalize on those defensive plays that the Volunteers are making. In the previous games, we've seen a turnover happen and then scoring right away, and maybe a fumble pickup for a touchdown or an interception for a touchdown. Mingus is chasing him down. Andrew Meyer, chased him down, didn't let that fumble go any further. The interception, same thing. So these guys are not letting them capitalize, and that's what Mingus needs to do.
What are some adjustments you'd like to see at the start of the second half?
Oh, I'd like to see Meyer catch the football a little bit more. I like seeing him roll out in the flats and getting upfield. I don't think Lee Williams is ready for it. Meyer's only been targeted a couple times, but he's got 11 yards on like 2 receptions. Not too many stats, but still, it's a different feel for the Marauders, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, I'd like to see them continue to go to the passing game, keep targeting Dakota Faucha over the middle. They've had 2 wide open attempts to Dakota Faucha. Unfortunately, one went over his head, one went through his hands. It is what it is, but Dakota made up for it with a great grab for a 15-yard gain on a big 4th and out. But I'd like to see them go back to the passing game a little bit more. And
maybe Calandra.
Maybe a little more Calandra,
yeah. A little bit more. We only targeted him 1 time, and it was just over his hands. It would have been for a 1st down.
Yeah.
So that's who I'd like to see the passing game develop.
We're seeing a lot more from Trevor Hoke as well, sort of filling in a role on the offensive side. And then, of course, the newcomer, Micah Johnson. Haven't really seen him in the passing game at all. We talked to Coach Ortiz before the game. He was telling us about how Micah Johnson was going to come back on the field defensively. Has definitely made an impact defensively, but offensively, it just has not gotten the targets that he may have wanted yet, I guess, or just hasn't really been
maybe
targeted.
We don't know the aspects. Is he practicing all week? Has he been allowed to practice?
He could be covered as well.
That stuff. So maybe he's just kind of getting the feel for the game before he's out there on offense, but he's really making a statement on defense.
Yeah.
And same with Moya. Moya's been out there with Alvarez tag team and Hoke. Hoke, Alvarez, and Moya are out there just being menaces. And same with Micah Johnson. Micah Johnson had a few huge hits we've seen tonight. So picking up these guys from the transfers, they waited their games. They're here now. Coach Ortiz was excited to have them. Hopefully the adjustments made. We'll see these guys out here.
We're hoping the adjustments will be made as the Marauders are looking to tie things up and then get the lead here in the second half. When we come back, second half football will be right around the corner. The score 14-7 as we head into the third quarter. When we come back on the other side of this break, you're watching and listening to Marauder Football right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Don't go anywhere.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona. We are getting ready here for second half football. The Marauders down 7-14 as we begin the third quarter. And Nick, we are getting ever so closely to second half football. What are your keys to the second half?
Oh, we got to minimize the mistakes that we're making. The turnover really hurt us. A fumble recovery by Lee Williams, and then the interception from Lee Williams. We gotta stop turning the football over. And we need to capitalize. We need to capitalize on any mistakes that Lee Williams is making. We've seen a few mistakes that they're making. Also seen some penalties out there, but big keys is going to be just to capitalize on any mistakes Lee Williams might make. That'll give us an edge.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Definitely capitalizing. There were a few times there where the Marauders really a big stop, I mean, just it wasn't going to take much for them to get the ball back, and limiting mistakes for sure. We had a fumble or two early on, and I talked in the pregame about not beating yourself, and here they're going to need to make those adjustments. And I mean, it's a close game, Nick. This is the closest we've had all season so far.
It sure is, and Lee Williams put up a battle against Bradshaw. So
yeah, they did.
I kind of like the look that we're getting tonight from Mingus. They just got to step it up the second half and put some points on the board. We need to see the offense produce. We need to have a game where we're seeing 5 touchdowns, even 6 touchdowns. Let's get these guys warmed up, fired up. These guys have a real confident game that'll only build for the rest of the season. So working with only 7 points, we're going to see what adjustments were made by Coach Giamani, Coach Ortiz, Coach Quesada out there, Coach Fernando on the line. Those guys have been excellent all season long and making adjustments. Hopefully the Marauders can come out and put some points on.
Well, we'll see what adjustments the offense can make here as the Marauders will return the ball to begin the second half. And, yeah, I mean, we've seen this team make strong adjustments and play very well in the second half. They do a lot of their scoring in the second half, and hopefully they've seen now, I mean, these teams run similar plays, very similar plays, except they've got two quarterbacks who like to run a lot more, and they go more under center. Of course, we're a little bit more in the shotgun formation, but very similar plays. 3 on the right, 1 on the left, 1 in the backfield. They'll hand it off, they'll flip it, they'll pitch it. I mean, the Marauders are essentially, in a way, playing themselves.
Yeah, and Lee Williams also using so many weapons.
They've got
Beckham, they've used Boyd, Sims, Santos running it. These guys have used a lot of different weapons, and the Marauders really haven't spread it out like that. So that makes it difficult as a defense to cover that many type of weapons.
Well, the Marauders will be back to return the ball. Meyer back deep to return it. Alvarez there, and as well as Dakota Falcha. Getting ready for second half football. The Marauders only down by a touchdown. 14-7 is our score. Looking to capitalize early and carry the rest of this momentum into the rest of this second half.
Yeah, huge first drive here for the Marauders. Get a big tying touchdown on the board, and then, hey, from there you can see the lead. It's right in sight.
Kick is up and away, and Meyer will return it. Actually, it'll be returned over by the 10-yard line. Around past the 15, and will get tackled about the 28. So a good return there for the Marauders.
Looks like Moya on the carry. I like seeing him out there showing his speed.
Yeah, that was number 26. That was Luis Moya.
Like to see him maybe on the run in your passing game, but hey, can't take anything away from Drew Meyer. These guys are earning it.
Yeah, so Moya returned that one around the 10-yard line. We're taking a look at the replay here, and was able to break a couple tackles and find his way for about a 15-yard gain. So first and 10 on the 28. 14-7 here as we begin the third quarter. Lee Williams still leading the Marauders. Very, very close game. Shotgun formation for Harrison. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Nope, he's going to pass. Going to be short. Falcha out of his hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, and hey, that's exactly what we were talking about, Phil. Get it to Falcha, and let's see Falcha's speed. So even though it's an incomplete pass, I like the play calls we're going with there. That's pretty good. Let's get Falcha out in the flats and get him some real estate.
So that one will go out of bounds, and we will redo second downs, or excuse me, we will stay on the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 now on the 28-yard line. Shotgun formation for Harrison. 2 right, 2 left, 1 in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to pass again. Looking over the top. Calandra out of his hands and incomplete. No flags on the field. And nope, yep, there is going to be a flag on the field.
And that's coming from almost the backfield there. Good job, Calandra, getting up there. It just couldn't grip it with his fingertips.
And it's going to be a penalty on the Marauders.
Interesting, an eligible man downfield. One of the big guys must have got excited on that one.
So we'll see who maybe it was if we have to take a look at it. But
looks like maybe the center.
Yeah,
maybe
possibly.
The center up there just a little bit too much. That's not a penalty you see called all the time.
So now it'll be second and 10 after that penalty. They're going to get backed up about 5 yards. So second and 15.
Hey, and opening up with a couple incompletions. That's unfortunate. However, they're still going to that air attack, which we were talking about we'd like to see, and here it is.
But we'll see what they go to here on second and 15 on the 23-yard line. Marauders looking to make up some ground after that penalty. Harrison gets the call. Meyer in the backfield with Harrison. 3 wide receivers right, 1 on the left. We'll see if they go pass or they go back to Meyer. Shotgun formation. Harrison waiting for the snap. Takes the snap. He's going to roll right, looking deep. Looking downfield, gets some blocks ahead, steps up in the passing zone. Falcha jumps up, and it's almost intercepted but goes incomplete.
Yeah, boy, real close, and Dakota was very, very close to catching that ball. Went through, boy, a few Volunteers' hands. You can see the replay here. Harrison rolls out, good protection there. You can see Big Allen getting a little pressure on, but just out of the hands of Falcha. He was real close to getting that one, and Marauders are definitely going to be probably the air attack again here on a big 3rd and long.
So now it'll be 3rd and 15. 3 passing plays for the Marauders. Shotgun formation again. Man behind him is Andrew Meyer. 3 right, 1 left. Harrison looking to pass again, getting some protection. He is hit hard and the ball is loose.
Yeah, boy, I think maybe he held on to that.
Yeah, so Harrison was sacked, not for a fumble recovery. Harrison was sacked.
Just a huge hit, though.
Yeah, big hit on Harrison. He's fine. He's hustling back over to the other side, but we'll take him a look at it, and you can see right on the right side as Harrison takes the snap. Defender coming on the right side. No one blocked him. Blindside tackle. Able to bring him down.
Yeah, and that's just a huge hit there, and that's
I think it was number 16.
It's going to be Levi Beckham out there. He's doing it on both sides of the ball.
I think it may have been 16. That punt is up, and it's going to get past the 30-yard line and stop. And it'll get recovered around the 39.
And nonetheless, still a pretty good field position for Lee Williams to start their opening drive of the second half. And, well, they're going to try to capitalize here and extend this lead that they have on the Marauders. That's what they talked about. They made adjustments the same as the Marauders did at halftime. So excited to see what Jamani's got dialed up, and Casada on the sidelines calling out the plays for these guys.
So the Marauders looking for a stop of their own. 10 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 14-7 is our score. Santos in the shotgun formation. Hands it off of the middle. That's Boyd. Boyd is going to get shut down, but a 3-yard gain before on that run.
Yeah, and I imagine, Phil, they're going to be playing it safe like that with this run game, which they've already leaned heavily on. But with a tiny lead, they're going to keep working the clock by running it.
There is a player down on the field for the Volunteers, and we're going to try to get a number there. It looks like it. I don't want to. It was number 70.
That's not good. He's thriving in pain. That's not good at all.
That is number 75. That's Zarek Mickelson, and hopefully he is okay. He's grabbing onto that ankle.
He's in pain out there. Hopefully that young man's okay. Our coaches are going to gather these guys up and talk about the next play while they tend to that young man. Hopefully he's okay.
Well, they're going to get him back up on his feet, so he's going to get. That is actually number 72, and I believe that was Donald Delmonico. So Delmonico making his way off the field. That left ankle, he's grabbing onto it, but his assistant coach is able to bring him off the field. So we'll continue to play here. We'll stay here as well. 10 minutes and 32 seconds to go. 14-7 is our score here in the third quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Volunteers. And the Marauders looking for a stop. Volunteers were able to get a stop against the Marauders when they were on offense, but now Marauders on defense looking to return the favor with a stop of their own. Santos under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Boyd on the right side. Hoke trying to wrap him up, and he will.
Yeah, great job by Trevor Hoke, just tracking him down, grabbing onto that jersey, not letting him get any further upfield.
How about Trevor Hoke doing it on both sides of the ball? We take another look at it. Santos hands it off to Boyd on the right side, and Trevor Hoke the entire time right there with Boyd, wrapping him up, and then Micah Johnson coming over to finish off that tackle. Great job by the Marauders defense to get a stop there.
And we've seen that duo a few times tonight. Hoke grabbing him by the ankles or jersey, and then Micah Johnson coming in with a big hit, finishing the play.
So now it'll be 2nd and 10 on the 39. Shotgun formation for Santos. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Boyd in the backfield. Santos takes the snap. Looking throw. It's tipped but completed.
Yeah, just a great grab there. And good job by big Ryan Griffin getting his hands up in the face of Santos, but nonetheless Santos still got a completion on that one.
It has a 5-yard gain on that pass to the left side. Pass completed to number 4. That is Cameron Toms. And Toms is the name that we've called already. Volunteers will punt it away, so the Marauders still looking for their first punt reception yards of the season. We'll see if they get it here. Ball is snapped. It's a little low. Punt is away. And it will go over by the 2-yard line, and it will be recovered at the 2-yard line. And that's how the Marauders will start.
Yeah, very, very rough field position for the Marauders. They're just going to have to get themselves a little bit of insurance and move upfield 10 yards, 5 yards on this first play. And all about ball safety when you're pinned this far back.
So it'll be the Marauders on the Volunteers' 2-yard lines, 1st and 10. 8 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Marauders looking to get something going. They've been in this situation before, and they handed it off to Drew Meyer, and he was able to get them away from the end zone. We'll see what they do here. Went all past that last drive.
Yeah, they did a great job of getting themselves out of the deep end zone part of the field here. So hopefully they can do that again. And, yeah, like you said, I think they're going to go back to Drew Meyer in the run game after a few passes not working out. But we'll see what Coach Ortiz has dialed up.
So they're actually going to call that one, and it was tipped by one of the Volunteers players actually on the 5-yard line.
A little relief there.
So a little relief. We won't be on the 2-yard line. We'll instead be on the Volunteers 5. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 5-yard line. Harrison looking to get something going for the Marauders early. Shotgun formation, 2 running backs behind. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Meyer up the middle. And he's brought down to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and just a good job by Drew keeping his feet moving so he doesn't get brought down for a loss. Volunteers did a good job of swarming him there.
So it'll be no gain on that run by Meyer. The Marauders will remain at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 10 now. 2 wide receivers left, 2 wide receivers right. Meyer in the backfield, Harrison waiting to head back to the line. Changing the play up a little bit.
Yeah, that last play, Harrison was calling an audible too. I like it. Hey, it's in your hands, and you got to get your team out of the end zone here. Harrison's taking charge.
Especially if you see something out there. Harrison, shotgun formation, takes the snap. He's going to look to pass, and it's incomplete.
Oh, real close, and Harrison's kicking himself there. That ball just needed to be a little bit higher for Calandra to grab that. But he was that still would have been 3rd down territory. He wasn't quite at the marker, but Marauders are going to look to try to get this 3rd and long here.
3rd and 10 now on the 5-yard line. Marauders looking to get something going here. 2 wide receivers right, 2 wide receivers left. Again, Meyer in the backfield. Harrison hustling over. Shotgun formation. Marauders looking for something big. Just need 10 yards to get that 1st down. 3rd and 10 on the 5-yard line. Harrison, man in motion, that's Faucha. Harrison takes the snap, looking pass. Over the top, it is completed to Calandra. He'll stay in bounds and get the 1st down.
And that's it. We're going to go back to clutch. Calandra, there's the ref, giving the signal. It's a catch. That's a toe touch on the sidelines. That's incredible.
Vincent Jackson. Little Vincent Jackson action from Peter Calandra. And Harrison rolling right. Puts it into the hands of Calandra. He's able to catch it inbounds for a 1st down, and the Marauders drive will keep going.
I love the tightrope walk, Philip. I could never do that myself, but Peter Calandra's doing it out here, and great job getting the 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you what, no one saw it, but in the pregame, I had a couple one-handed grabs. I just wanted to throw that out there. So whenever we got the pregame, just keep an eye out there.
Yeah, we're going to flaunt. I had a nice shotgun snap myself.
You did. It was nice.
Along with your one-handed grabs.
Harrison looking pass. Over the top, it's caught again Calandra. That's going to be a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, very nice. And, hey, this is what happens when you involve Calandra a little bit. I know we targeted him earlier, but, hey, here we go. A few nice passing plays, and Marauders are moving upfield.
So the Marauders looking to continue their momentum going here. 2nd and 2 on the 18-yard line. 14-7 is our score. 7 minutes, 39 seconds on that short dump pass over to Calandra on the left side. Harrison, shotgun formation, Meyer in the backfield. Just need a few yards here. Wide receivers on both ends. Man in motion, that's Faucha. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Meyer looking for those few extra yards. He's going to get shut down.
Yeah, and then Lee Williams is ready for the run there. They say, hey, we just passed it twice. It must be coming. That was a good gamble on their part. They just swarmed Meyer.
So it'll be no gain on that run. We'll go 3rd and 2 on the 26-yard line. 14-7 is our score. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Harrison, shotgun formation. Meyer in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on both ends. Harrison, shotgun formation. Faucha in motion on the right side. Harrison taking the snap. He's got the option. He's going to take it himself. He's going to stretch. Doesn't look like he got the 1st down.
No, and it looks like he just got back to that line of scrimmage. No, they're going to give him a yard or two. Coach Ortiz fired up on the sidelines. I think he might have saw something that Harrison didn't. But we'll see what the Marauders do here on 4th and short. Remember, they're pinned deep onto their side of the field right now.
So the Marauders are going to go for it here on 4th and 3rd on the 25-yard line. 14-7 is our score here in the 3rd quarter. Harrison takes the snap, trying to get a man off sides. Going to call an audible here. 3 men on the right side. Harrison snaps it this time. Flips it. Meyer on the left, fighting his way, and he's unable. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover.
Just an outstanding job by the Lee Williams Volunteers reading that play. I mean, Harrison definitely had a read and decided to pitch it out to Meyer. Now they only needed to get 2 yards, but the Volunteers did a great job of getting Meyer out of bounds for that, and they're going to take over with a great short field here. And this is what we talked about, Phil. This has been really hurting us, these short fields for the opposing teams. And the Marauders are kind of lucky it's only 14-7 when you're giving them this good a field position. So defense is big time for a stop. Turnover here.
Cantos will take it up the middle again. Big gain, and Cantos is going to get brought down, but he's going to get a 1st down.
Yeah, not for the Volunteers. Just keep moving that pile upfield. That's little Santos in the middle of that. Keep moving his feet.
So it's going to be a first down for Santos as we take a look at it again, right up the middle, and he's met by a lot of Marauders, but not before he gets a 15-yard gain on that run. 1st and 10 on the 15. Santos will head back over to the huddle there. 14-7 is our score here in the third quarter. We've got 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Santos in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, running back in the backfield. Santos. Marauders looking for a big stop. Santos going to run it up the middle again on the left side, and that ball is still in the hands of Santos.
It looked like it maybe came out. I'm with you, Philip. Yeah, a couple of the Marauders were kind of looking as if they stripped it, but now Santos going to keep that one. And yeah, they're really relying on Santos. They're going to just kind of say, hey, we're going to keep running this. Please stop us. And he keeps taking the ball, running up the middle, and it's 2nd and short.
Yeah, Santos doing a good job so far of really, extending drives for the Volunteers, and almost had a touchdown up the middle, but it was called back because of a penalty. So
very agile.
Very, very agile. Very fast as well. 3 wide receivers on the right. Santos going to hand it off. Boyd on the left stumbles a little bit and is wrapped up and stopped before the first down.
Boyd did a great job. He was getting tackled. He did a good job of laying out, trying to get the first down. They're going to mark him just short. So huge defensive play for Mingus. You got to keep this within 1 score, which it is right now, 14-7. Lee Williams is on the opposite side. They're trying to punch us in, get a little insurance. And, hey, we talked about it in the pregame. They're looking for their first win against the Marauders. And they've had great field position, and these coaches got the Lee Williams Volunteers fired up on the sidelines. And Mingus is going to have to stop that momentum.
Santos takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. Santos looking for some teammate push, and they're going to call him down, but he's going to get the first down.
Yeah, and that's just going to eat the clock. And another thing we'll bring up at the post-game show, Philip, is the time of possession here is very lopsided towards Lee Williams. They've had the ball for majority of this game.
So it looks like Levi Beckham's going to hustle over as the quarterback as they are nearing the goal line, 1st and 5.
Here comes that Wildcat look.
The clock says 4th and 1, so thought he got the first down, but I guess not. They're going to hand it off. Beckham up the middle. Is he going to get stopped before the first down?
It looked like he got it. I think the ref kind of gave a head nod there. He just took a couple steps forward, and that was enough.
So it is going to be a first down. Beckham did his job and did it well and got the first down for the Lee Williams Volunteers.
And he's only at 9 yards, but, it's a great 9 yards. One's a touchdown, and the other's a first down on 4th. So,
forward progression on that run.
And Mingus just going to have to stuff that line and have a big goal line stand here. It's 1st and goal, and Lee Williams done a great job to run this clock out while they're getting close.
Beckham under center again. Takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to Boyd on the right side. Boyd is going to get wrapped up. Did he stick his hand over? No, he's going to be down at the 1.
Wow, real close, and then somehow Boyd spun out of that. It looked like he was tackled at maybe the 3-yard line, and then all of a sudden did a spin and reached out and almost got to the goal line.
So Beckham will remain in at quarterback. Boyd almost scoring a touchdown there. 2nd and 1 on the 1-yard line, under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Beckham hustling, under center. 3 wide receivers left, 1 running back in the backfield. Marauders looking for a huge stop here on 2nd and 1, and we are going to get a timeout on the side of the Marauders. So Marauders will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. When we come back, we'll have the rest of this third quarter. 2 minutes, 52 seconds to go. 14-7 is our score. Marauders looking for a big stop when we come back on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona here at Lee Williams High School. Our score 14-7. Volunteers leading only by a score, looking to punch it in here. Levi Beckham under center again. I formation for the Volunteers. Going to hand it off up the middle. Beckham is going to find his way into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous Wildcat. They definitely bring Beckham in as almost the hammer. He's going to take the snap and just get a couple yards. And, hey, he does not have many yards, but they are crucial, and it's resulted in a couple touchdowns for him.
We see right there just a 1-yard run to the left side is more than enough to get a touchdown. 20-7 is our score. Volunteers looking to make it 21-7, a 2-score game once again. And a small hill to climb for the Marauders.
Yeah, and they got back in it pretty quick, and we almost tied that ball game up with interception by the big guy for Lee Williams. And Mingus just going to have to turn something around here. A big turnover be clutch, or having the offense go down and get some points, build some confidence. Hey, your defense gets real fired up once the offense is producing.
Kick is up, and it is good. 21-7 will go our score. The Marauders will look to climb out of this hole, down by 2 touchdowns. When we come back right after this, they'll take over on offense right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona here at Lee Williams High School. The score 14-7 here. I want to thank you for joining us on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Marauders will take over on offense, looking to regain some of their momentum.
Yeah, they got to turn the tides here. Lee Williams has now got themselves a 2-possession lead, so Mingus is going to have to cut into this drive.
Marauders will return it. Waiting for the kickoff. Looks like Moya, Alvarez, and Meyer back there to return. Waiting for the kick. Kick is up. And Meyer will return it around the, nope, it'll go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, that's just incredible kicking there by Lee Williams. Those guys running all the way down in the end zone and touch that grass. I like that. It's show a little respect to the kicker there, kicking a touchback. Marauders going to have to go 80 yards if they're going to get cut into this lead. And Lee Williams has built 21-7, 2:49 left in the third quarter.
Still got a whole quarter of football to be played, so we've still got some time. And the Marauders showed some life at the end of that second half and really had a huge stop, was able to find a touchdown before we headed into halftime. And we know this team likes to do a lot of its scoring in the second half, so hopefully this is right here where they can turn the corner and get a touchdown and then maybe a stop and then score again and maybe get the lead back.
Some big plays. We need some big plays. We need some 15, 20-yard plays. Hey, give us a 40 or something.
Harrison hands it off to Meyer. Meyer up the middle, fighting his way, and he's going to get stopped just short of the first down.
And that's a great start to the drive. If you're Mingus, this is exactly what you have to do. Get down the field, get points, and Drew Meyer, that's just the bread and butter, right up the field, and almost got that first down.
So it is 2nd and 1 for the Marauders. A great run by Drew Meyer, but just short of the first down. And so on the 29-yard line, the Marauders are looking for that first down, push them up the field. Harrison, shotgun formation. Johnson goes back into blocking. Going to hand it off. Meyer up the middle. He's going to get the first down, no problem, and a few extra yards after that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Mingus has to do. Eat a little bit of this clock and win some of that time of possession battle here. Lee Williams had the ball most of this game, so Mingus got to wear this defense out and get some points on this drive.
1 minute, 58 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 21-7 is our score. Marauders now 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. Shotgun formation for Harrison. 2 wide receivers on both sides. Running back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. Nope, they're going to go to the pass. Harrison over the middle. It is tipped and incomplete.
Oh, yeah, and Harrison just didn't see the linebackers there. There was 2 of them just kind of squatting, waiting for Harrison to throw that ball. So nice job by Harrison, at least not getting an interception on that one. That was real close, and Marauders are going to live to see 2nd down.
Yeah, that pass intended for Peter Calandra, and it's just tipped out of the hands.
Two of the hands, two of them. Two Volunteers almost had a chance at that.
So the Marauders are still looking for a little bit of life here before we head into the fourth quarter. 1 minute, 39 seconds to go here in the third. Marauders shotgun formation. Harrison. Meyer in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Meyer rolling right. Pressure coming over the top. Hoke with the completed pass and the first down.
Yeah, great job going to Hoke. I love it. We've seen him defensively, offensively, all over. And, boy, I'm not sure where they're Yes, they're going to give him the first down, so they're going to move the chains. That's a great job on a 2nd and long. Great job, Harrison, making his time in the pocket and finding Hoke.
Yeah, great job. Trevor Hoke able to get the first down there. We're seeing a lot of him on both sides of the ball, and the Marauders able to find a first down again. And Trevor Hoke making his impact known on both sides, offensively and defensively, with that catch over the middle for a first down. Now 1st and 10 on the 44. Harrison shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Meyer breaking some tackles. Still on his feet, and he's going to get wrapped up about 5 yards back. So it'll be a small loss for Andrew Meyer.
Yeah, and Drew was really close to breaking through, but a little bit of a dog pile happened, and he kind of broke out of it. Tried to reverse field a little bit and ended up losing 1 or 2 yards, but nonetheless, hey, you got to counter the passing play, and that's what Mingus is trying to do. You got to keep Lee Williams honest, so you got to make a nice pass play, go back to run. You got to throw him off somehow.
So I didn't see any flags on the field. Oh, no, there it is. We do have some laundry on the field. Not sure who it's going to be on. If it's going to be on the Marauders or the Volunteers. So we do have about 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Got a penalty on the field. Still waiting to see who it's on.
Refs got their notepads out again. We see this earlier. That only ended up being a 5-yard penalty.
Well, they had offsetting unsportsmanlike conducts, and then they had the 5-yard penalty. And now we patiently wait to see who this penalty was on.
They're talking about either number or the penalty, or maybe where the ball should be placed. No signs from the players. Usually the players are kind of right over the ref's shoulders. Hey, who's it on? Is it on us? Is it on them? Nobody. Everyone's staying on their side, and it's just the refs in the middle of the field.
Well, here we go. We're going to wait for the call and see who it's on and what the penalty is. We had a penalty around the 45-yard line. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Marauders. And it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lee Williams Volunteers. So those penalties will offset. And the Marauders will instead just take a 5-yard loss. So once again, 2 unsportsmanlike penalties are called off, and we've only got a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, very interesting on that. Took a few minutes to sort out, but unless Marauders are going to be a little bit deeper field position here. They're going to have a 2nd and about 14.
Shotgun formation for Harrison. Wide receivers on both ends. Johnson in motion. Harrison takes the snap, looking pass, rolling right. He's got protection. Still looking. Steps up in the pocket. Going to throw it to the ground, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, no intentional grounding. Harrison did a great job of getting out of the pocket, and he was just getting pressured. Too many Volunteers broke through. They definitely had a linebacker join the defensive line and blitz. And yeah, good job, Harrison, just kind of surviving that rush that the Volunteers just put on. And big third down here. I imagine we're going to see Harrison try to go to the air.
So potentially the final play of the third quarter. 22 seconds to go here. 21-7 is our score. 3rd and 14. Marauders looking for a big play here. They've been able to find first downs a few times, once to Hoke and once to Calandra in this drive. Shotgun formation. Wide receivers on both ends. Man in motion, that's Johnson. Harrison looking to pass. He's got Johnson over the middle. It is out of the hands of Johnson and incomplete.
Yeah, boy, that's just a great job by Lee Williams' defense there. And Micah Johnson he went up high for that one, and I think he was kind of looking for that DB coming in. Going to nail him right in the ribs if he would have caught that. So kind of like a double-edged sword there if you're Micah Johnson. But nonetheless, he got up there, just wasn't able to bring it in. Marauders going to have to punt this one away.
Well, the Marauders will look to punt here on 4th and 14. They will punt from the 28-yard line is where Rennick is lined up. 21-7 is our score with 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This punt should take us to the fourth. Rennick sends it downfield around the 45. It's going to take a hop and stop at the 29. So the Marauders, the ball will be spotted on the 29, and we've got 15 seconds to go. So maybe one play from the Lee Williams Volunteers before we head to the fourth quarter. 15 seconds to go, 21-7 is our score.
And Mingus is going to have to come up big here. We haven't seen points since the second quarter, and typically the adjustments we've made have gotten us points in the second half, but coming up short so far. Lee Williams, it starts with a stop here for Mingus on the defensive side of the ball. Coach Shimani, Coach Quesada, they're all waving in signals to the defense here. You got your Alvarez, Moya, all these guys are looking at the sidelines going, Coach, what do we do here? Let's maybe dial up a blitz, man coverage. You're going to try to make something happen.
So it'll be a shotgun formation for Santos. 3 wide receivers right, 1 on the left. Santos takes the snap. Short pass on the right side is complete. Looking for a few yards on that return. It'll only be a 4-yard gain, and that should take us to the end of the third quarter. And it is going to wind down, and we will head to the fourth quarter. The score 21-7 as we head to the fourth quarter. When we come back, more football right after this, right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
What's unique here is we get into a whole different level of creativity because they're doing something that you love to do. The camaraderie that actually is developed, teamwork that's necessary to be able to get along with someone and to be able to share those art forms is amazing. To be part of who you are, there's nothing better in life.
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona on the campus of Lee Williams High School. Our score 21-7. The Volunteers currently leading here as we begin the fourth quarter. 2nd and 7 on the 34-yard line. The Volunteers going from left to right on your radio dial. Man in motion, that is Sims. They're going to hand it off. Big run past the 50. Boyd past the 40 now. He has got a lot of space past the 30. Coming over to tackle him is Faucio. He's not going to get it. Boyd is going to go all the way in for a touchdown.
And that was just a great play call on Lee Williams' part. It was a counter. You saw Santos fake a flip out to the left side of the field, and then all of a sudden Boyd's got the football sweeping right underneath, and there was nobody. Boyd had nobody, just gave a stiff arm, and he was gone. You're going to see it here. That's a great job by Santos selling the pitch, and then all of a sudden Boyd comes from the back end, and there's nobody. A little bit of trickery to start the fourth quarter. That's exactly what Lee Williams wanted to do there, and boy, Mingus is in a little bit of a bigger hole.
Faucia almost brought down Boyd around the 5-yard line, but Boyd was able to break away and eventually go in and score. So the Volunteers looking to make this a 3-score game. And we've got a flag on the field. Looks like it's going to be false start. It is going to be a false start on the Marauders, it looks like.
Yeah, Boyd's just catching air after that one. That was a long run for a touchdown, and boy, Mingus is really on the sidelines trying to get together. Coach Quesada and Jamani getting these guys ready to try to stop them. You got to make some stops and cause some turnovers at this point.
So it'll be a slightly easier field goal now as they get pushed up a couple yards. Going to make it 28-7 here. 11 minutes, 46 seconds to go. Opening drive in the fourth quarter, a touchdown for the Lee Williams Volunteers. Waiting for the kick. Kick is up, and it is good. 28-7 is our score as we begin the fourth quarter. We'll be right back. Right after this, the Marauders will take over on offense and look to respond right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Marauders back to kick after the long touchdown by Boyd for the Lee Williams Volunteers as they extend their lead 28-7 now here in the fourth quarter. An opening drive touchdown, and they will kick it away to the Marauders, who are looking to respond, have not scored a touchdown since the second quarter, and were shut out in the first quarter, shut out in the third, and looking to change their luck here as we wait for the return. The kick is down the field, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. We've got flags on the field.
They look like they're going to re-kick that.
So they will re-kick it. Not sure what the penalty was on.
Hey, to go back to that score, though, Philip, that's just a great play call to start the fourth. Fourth quarter, you're going to start with a nice counter. Haven't seen that counter all night, the Marauders haven't, and all of a sudden, that just hits you hard. And that's over a 50-yard sprint for a touchdown.
And that was a great play fake by Devon Santos. It was a fantastic play fake. He sold that perfectly.
Especially because they've been doing that play all night. And like we've talked about, that's what keeps you honest. That's the kind of plays that you do. You have to run, and then that makes you honest with the passing game and vice versa. And that's exactly what they did there. Fake that pitch, all of a sudden you don't see that guy going underneath.
So this time the kick is away as the ball is moved back slightly. Meyer will return it around the 10-yard line. Go past the 20, now past the 25. Looking to go past the 30. Meyer past the 35. Still going on the right side, past the 40, 45, 50. Meyer breaking his way free. What a great return from Drew Meyer over to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Meyer spiking a little bit of energy over on the Marauder sidelines, and offense going to have to build on that. That's a great return. Mingus is going to have good field position.
So 11 minutes, 34 seconds. We take another look at that. Meyer on the right side just found a hole, was able to shake off a couple men, and then get brought down by the 46-yard line. So good field position for the Marauders to start. Still have a bit of a hole to climb out of.
Cameron Toms out there on the tackle, doing a little bit of work on offense, special teams, defense.
Almost like Dakota Falcha. Shotgun formation for Harrison. Falcha in motion, speak of him. They're going to hand it off. Falcha on the right side. Falcha is going to get wrapped up and brought down.
Yeah, boy, Lee Williams just kind of read that play. The Marauders tried to go to the short side and get Falcha a little bit of speed, but weren't able to do that, and Falcha gets brought down for a nice little loss.
So it'll be a loss of about 4 or 5. So they're going to go 2 yards, so second and 12 on the 49-yard line. Marauders looking for a response right here from their offense.
And they're spreading the field out now. Harrison in the shotgun form. It looks like they might go air attack.
Man in motion, that's Falcha again. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Meyer on the left side cuts back inside and gets brought down to the original line of scrimmage.
Boy, and that was just a great job by the big Lee Williams defensive line there, snuffing that one out. Like I said, right before the play, looked like we were going to spread that ball out and use the air. All of a sudden, we give a little draw to Drew Meyer, but he was met right at the line of scrimmage. It's just a good job, Lee Williams' defensive line coming up big.
So now the Marauders are looking to push the ball up as much as they can. No gain on that run by Meyer. Second and 12, 50-yard line for the Mingus Marauders. Trevor Hoke on the left side with Peter Calandra. Micah Johnson and Dakota Falcha on the right. Meyer in the backfield, Harrison, shotgun formation. Got to pick up some big yards here. Running out of time, 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Harrison Man in motion, that's Faucha. Harrison's going to pass this time. Looking deep. He's got Calandra. Calandra with the catch. And he's going to make it all the way in for a touchdown. Peter Calandra.
What a beautiful pass and a great catch by Calandra. Touchdown Mingus. Mingus is not going to be out of this one quite yet. We got just under 10 minutes to go, and Marauders fight back. They're within 2 scores.
How about that? Peter Calandra, we take a look at it on the left side. A beautifully placed pass from Zach Harrison, and Calandra, who almost had a touchdown last week, this time finds himself a long score, and the Marauders able to cut into the deficit a little bit.
Deservedly so, and you can see Calandra using his speed out there. He broke free from the other defensive backs and get in that end zone.
So Rennick will look to kick in the extra point, make it 14-28. Snap, the kick is up. It is good. 14-28 is our score. Marauders down 2 scores. We've got 9 minutes, 39 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We've got more football coming right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Hi, my name is Crazy Tony. The reason I'm here today is to let you know what Poquito Loco is all about. Unlike the rest of the Mexican food restaurants in that area, our main focus is tacos. From street tacos to cheap tacos and everything in between. So come on down to Poquito Loco for some crazy good tacos, the newest place in Old Town. And also we are honored to offer 10% of our profits to the Old Town Mission to help less fortunate. Have a great day and be safe.
Harrison to Calandra, the connection that's been working all season long, works this time for a touchdown. 14-20 is our score. Welcome back to Lee Williams High School. The Volunteers still leading 28-14. 9 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Marauders looking for a big stop and then another score.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you got to do it on the offensive side. That was a huge play, and we talked about that in the third quarter. We need to have some big 30, 40-yard plays. There it was, Harrison to Calandra. That's how we got to start it. That's how we're going to get back in this, only down by 2 scores now.
So Rennick will look to kick it away. The Marauders looking for a big stop from their defense. Rennick sends it downfield, and he's going to kick it into the end zone smartly, and it'll go in for a touchback.
And nice job, Rennick, getting the touchback. That's exactly what you want. High school, that's pretty rare to come by, getting the touchbacks. And, hey, that's a long field to go for the offense, 80 yards. So Mingus defense is starting out on a positive note here. Let's build some momentum and get the offense back out there.
So the Marauders now looking to get a big stop on defense. They were able to get one early on, and then it resulted in a touchdown from Zach Harrison on a fumble recovery. And now defense that got burned early on in the first play of this quarter, a long touchdown run by Boyd. Looking to rebound here and get this offense back on the field.
Yeah, you bet. The Marauders will be looking out for that counter now. They're not going to get tricked by that one twice. But you got to be careful, Boyd, or quarterback actually pitching that one, because that's what's scary is. That's how you keep the other team honest.
Santos under center. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. And the Marauders doing a good job. 2-yard gain on that run from Sims. And the Marauders able to lock it down for the most part.
Yeah, good job. Marauders got to stop these guys short, not let them drive up the field. Couple yards each play's okay as long as you can get to that fourth down, because the clock is ticking and the Volunteers are going to keep trying to run this ball, I'm sure, and run this clock out. So Marauders really got to stop them here.
9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 28-14 is our score. Santos again under center. Santos takes the snap. Hands it off. Boyd this time. The Marauders doing a better job reading that counter. Boyd cutting back and sent out of bounds.
Yep, and that's exactly what we just talked about. There they go, trying that play. Now, it got them the first down, but instead of over 50 yards, it's only about 7 yards. So, good job by the Mingus defense reading that one. Nonetheless, still a first down Volunteers.
So 8 minutes, 50 seconds to go here. And it is 1st and 10 on the 22 on that run by Boyd. Marauders looking for a big stop. It's been all running game so far for the Lee Williams Volunteers. Santos under center. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, running back in the backfield. Santos takes the snap, pitches it. Sims on the left side, breaks free. He's got some room. He's going to get the first down and a couple more.
Wow, Sims showing some real speed out there. You have Boyd taking it, and then Santos running it. And then there you got Sims right up the middle, and he's quick. Made a couple jukes, and he was able to dodge a few Marauders out there and get the first down.
So Sims able to get the first down on a 12-yard run. 1st and 10 on the 47. 28-14 is our score. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go under center. Santos running back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off again. Sims, he's got all kinds of room. 30, 20, 10, forget about it. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, boy, and that's just a great offensive execution by Lee Williams. There was nobody. Sims got through the line of scrimmage, and there was just nobody. There was no linebackers, no safeties. That was just a great executed play, and Lee Williams right down the field.
And we see right there, Santos hands it off to Sims. He had a huge hole, and that hole did not stop. He took it all the way in for another long touchdown, and they got burned by Boyd. Now they get burned by Sims, and well, hopefully the offense can respond. Did a great job on their last drive, finding the end zone on a deep bomb from Harrison to Calandra. And so they're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, they're going to have, that's just a momentum killer right there, too. They're going to have to fight that one back.
Kick is up and good. 35-14 is our score. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back, right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Marauders will take over on offense.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Welcome back here to Kingman, Arizona on the campus of Lee Williams High School. Our score 35-14, 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Marauders will take over on offense, and their last offensive drive resulted in a touchdown. The only time will tell if that touchdown was too late or not.
And Marauders don't have a choice. They got to keep scoring here. You got to make points out of these possessions.
Meyer will return that one around the 5-yard line, cut back around the 20, fight his way for a couple extra yards and get brought down around the 26-yard line.
And good job wrapping the ball up by Drew out there. Volunteers trying to strip that out and really put this one away. But Marauders still trying to fight back in this, 35-14. Lee Williams is leading with 8 minutes left in the game. Coach Ortiz has had these guys dialed up on the sidelines. We'll see what kind of plays we're going to run here. I do see, boy, Phillip, there's Micah Johnson out there. Maybe lining up at tight end, and Calandra out there. These guys are looking for the big play, and that's what we're going to need, these 30, 40-yard plays to get back in it.
Well, the Marauders looking for a quick score here, and then a defensive stop, and then another quick score, and put them really right back into this game. 8 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Harrison takes the snap, looking pass. Over the middle, it is caught. That's Micah Johnson. Johnson past the 50, still on his feet. Past the 40. Now we'll get tackled around the 40 or 38-yard line. How about that?
All of a sudden, we got a barn burner. It's just huge play after huge play. That's exactly what we talked about. Hey, nice to see Micah Johnson on the offensive side of the field.
How about that? You call his name, he makes a catch. Micah Johnson with a big reception. He'll actually get tackled around the 32-yard line. We take another look at it, and Johnson able to break a tackle and fight for a few more extra yards, get the first down and a lot more. Still need a quick score here to make this a two-score game once again, and then a defensive stop, and well, then again a quick score, and then another defensive stop, and Marauders could find themselves back in it. 7 minutes, 35 seconds to go here. Harrison takes a snap, looking pass. Over the middle, Micah Johnson again, another reception, not for as much, but he'll get brought down.
Yeah, and I like using the diverse weapons here. I haven't seen Micah Johnson all game long, and all of a sudden, here he comes. Fourth quarter, and Micah Johnson's had a few clutch catches, and these guys are moving down the field quickly.
So a short gain this time for Micah Johnson, about 5 yards, 2nd and 5 on the 37-yard line. 35-14, under 7 minutes to go here. Marauders looking for a score. They're able to find one on their last drive. And then, of course, they had the big completion early on to Micah Johnson in this drive.
Yeah, that's a huge play. Marauders have got to be liking that. You got to try to dial that up a little bit more. Coach Ortiz is on the sidelines happy with his players after that one.
Harrison rolling right, looking pass. Stepping up in the end zone, looking for Hoke, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, and boy, Harrison took a huge shot there. I hope he's okay. He really stayed in the pocket and took a huge lick and almost hit Hoke on that.
We're going to take another look at it. And hit as he threw that ball, and Harrison is slowly making his way over to the sideline on his own power. Yeah, Harrison, a great pass downfield, especially with pressure coming in to look for Hoke. Of course, just a little bit too far, and Harrison is now down. And it's definitely something you do not want to see.
No, and Hoke almost was able to reel that one in with one hand, but yeah, you're right, Philip. That was just a huge hit, and power to Harrison to stay in the pocket, but hopefully he's okay, and he's down right now.
Yeah, Harrison is down on the field. 6 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter as they address their quarterback. 35-14 is our score. We're going to step away, but when we come back, we'll have the rest of this fourth quarter for you, and we'll get you an update on Zach Harrison when we come back right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
People always ask us, what makes us different from other car dealers? Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to try harder and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee to do our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we are a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
So Harrison is now sitting up, and I think maybe he got the wind knocked out of him on that hit. Austin Wharf is warming up for the Marauders. The backup quarterback, Harrison, is now up and making his way off the field. Not sure if we'll see him for the rest of this game, or if we will. Hopefully, we will see Zach Harrison very, very soon. But for right now, he will sit out this play.
Yeah, and hopefully Harrison's okay. I'm kind of agreeing with you on this, Phil, but I think that was just a big hit to the stomach, and the wind got knocked right out of him. Hopefully he just sits a couple plays out. You know he's a tough kid. He's going to want to come right back in, but Coach Ortiz won't let that happen. It's all about safety with these young men.
Yeah, so once again, not really sure if we will or will not see Zach Harrison for the rest of this game. But Austin Wharf was warming up, so curious if we'll see the backup quarterback come in. And Zach talking to Jace Becerra over there. Becerra, another guy Marauders would love to have on the field. So Wharf will come out as the quarterback.
And time for Wharf, for young guys to put in these reps, and this is what it's about. Coach Ortiz coaches this program where somebody goes down, you step right in and fill right in. There's no excuses.
Excuse me, I take that back. That's actually going to be number 24. That is Figgy. He's going to pick it up down the field. Calandra. Oh, Figgy coming in and making a touchdown. What? How about that?
Figgy's one for one, and it's a 38-yard touchdown pass to Calandra.
Zach Figgy, he botches the snap and is able to make a pass to Calandra, and Calandra his second touchdown of the night. So from one Zach to another for a touchdown. And you see Zach Harrison there will go out for the return for the hold on the extra point, and the Marauders have found their way back into this game once again.
Great job by Figgy to find Calandra. He was watching Calandra catch him on the sidelines like, oh, all right, I know who I'm going to this play. That's a great job by Figgy to Calandra.
So now it'll be Dominic Rennick coming in for the extra point. Kick is up. It is good. So a touchdown pass from Zach Figgy, his first pass of the season, his first touchdown of the season to Peter Calandra. 21-35 is our score with 6 minutes and 25 seconds to go. We'll be right back right after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Well, how about that? Zach Figgy coming in for the downed Zach Harrison, And like I said, from one Zach to another, Figgy able to connect with Calandra. Something about this Zach and Peter Calandra combination is has been real good for the Marauders. We welcome you back here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Philip Catafo alongside Nick Yatsenko. 21-35 is our score. Marauders offense starting to wake up a little bit. They need a stop on defense, and then they need another touchdown, and then another stop, and then another touchdown, and they've tied this game.
I mean, it's all going to start with the defense getting a big stop. These have been huge play after huge play on both sides of the ball for Lee Williams and Mingus. It's been over 30 yards of play, and they're going down scoring. So time for defense to step it up big time.
Rennick's going to squib it, and it's going to be a fair catch around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, smart play there by the Volunteers, calling a fair catch, not risking losing that ball at all to Mingus with that kind of momentum.
Well, the Marauders defense has given up 2 long touchdowns, one to Boyd to start the fourth quarter and then one to Sims in their last possession. But the Marauders able to find a touchdown right back. 21-35 is our score. Marauders down by 2 scores. Santos under center, running back in the backfield. 2 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. Santos. And yep, it looks like it's going to be offsides. Very easy offsides call. And it's going to be, false start on the Volunteers, so they'll get pushed back 5.
And good start for Mingus here. This is exactly what they need. Just over 6 minutes left. Philip, like you said, they got to get a stop here. They can't let Lee Williams drive this ball at all because they're going to be chewing clock as they drive it. They haven't passed the ball too much time, so each run is just going to eat clock.
Santos up the middle. He's going to get stopped at the original line of scrimmage. So if anything, it's about a 1-yard gain on the run by Santos.
Yeah, and still okay. That's good with by Mingus for sure. Coach Shimani, Coach Casada, and Coach Anguiano on the sidelines are loving that. This is exactly what's got to happen. And the Mingus offense got to get the ball back and put points on.
So it'll be about a 5-yard gain after that penalty. So right back to the original line of scrimmage, a 5-yard run by Santos. And now we've got 2nd and 10 on the 28. 35-21 is our score. 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go here. Santos under center. Marauders looking for a stop. Santos takes the snap, hands it off. Boyd is going to get brought down, but not after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and you can see the Marauders really trying to get their hands in there, ripping that football out. And that's just kudos to the defensive coaches teaching them that. They stuff them at the line of scrimmage, and then these guys are just holding the running back up. That's Boyd, and just trying to rip the ball out, get their offense back out there. And Boyd did a good job hanging on to that one. But nonetheless, great stop, and it's going to make for a 3rd and long here.
So 3rd and 9 on the 21-yard line. Marauders looking for this stop right here. 2 long touchdowns for the Lee Williams Volunteers. 3 wide receivers left, 1 on the right, running back in the backfield. Snap taken. Santos hands it off. He's going to keep it himself. Santos is going to get the 1st down.
Yeah, boy, that's a tough 1st down for Mingus to let up, especially on the ground game. That clock keeps ticking. Just under 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. Marauders trail 35-21. And everyone's kind of looking at the sidelines now, getting a call from coaches. And Lee Williams just taking their time out here, Philip. They're in no rush. That clock keeps ticking. We're down to 4:35 now, and they're in no rush to get the play off.
No rush at all. And under center now is Santos. 3 wide receivers left, running back in the backfield, wide receiver on the right. They're going to hand it off. That's going to be Boyd. Boyd is going to fight his way for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that's just a great consistent run game by Lee Williams. Keep moving that ball upfield, and Mingus going to have to find a way, maybe throw a blitz in there. You can see they're taking maybe a safety out and subbing a linebacker back in. They might be trying to mix it up here and blitzing and trying anything they can do to stop Lee Williams and get offense the ball back.
Well, Lee Williams and the Mingus Marauders aren't the only football game going on in the Grand Canyon region. Bradshaw taking a loss to Coconino. A big loss after a victory over these Lee Williams Volunteers. And, of course, Coconino beat the Mingus Marauders. But this time, Coconino getting the victory over Bradshaw to put themselves 2-0 in region play. Under center, Santos takes the snap, hands it off. Boyd on the left side. Boyd's breaks free. He's got a big run again to the 20, the 10, and touchdown.
Yeah, crazy. These are huge plays here we're watching, Philip. That's we just talked about. You got to stop those huge runs. And again, Boyd there was nobody. Boyd got right through the hole, and there was no one there. He scampers 38 yards for a touchdown.
So Boyd able to get another touchdown on a big run. 41-21 goes our score. 3 minutes and 26 seconds here in the fourth quarter. A great run by Boyd. I mean, they've just been finding holes and taking advantage of them.
Yeah, great play calling.
Yeah.
This second half, we've seen some really, really good adjustments, both sides of the ball.
Extra point is up, and it's good. 42-31, it's 21, excuse me, is our score. We've got 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Time is slowly winding down for the Marauders. They're looking to respond here. They were able to score last time, a Figgy to Calandra connection for a touchdown. We'll see if they can do it again here when we come back.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
Our score now 42-21 here in the fourth quarter, 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. The Marauders looking to respond now on offense after giving up another long touchdown to Boyd.
Yeah, and that's just momentum killers. Basically going shot for shot here. The offenses are. They're really lighting up the scoreboard here in the fourth quarter, and unfortunately, Mingus can't have that. They need to be the only ones lighting it up.
Meyer will return that one and get tackled around the 25-yard line. Give you an update over there. Flagstaff is currently beating Mojave 20-7 right now at the end of the third quarter. So Marauders will take on Mojave next week at home. They'll be back home, and then they'll be on a bye week after that, and then they'll take on the Bradshaw Mountain Bears in Prescott Valley.
Yeah, going to be interesting. And, hey, Coconino has really made themselves a formidable opponent, taking Bradshaw out. That's haven't seen that in the recent years from Coconino, but, hey, we saw them at home, and they were a force.
Yeah, Coconino played very, very well against the Mingus Marauders, handing them their first regional loss. And right now our score 21-42. Harrison in the shotgun formation looking to tack on a couple more touchdowns. They're going to hand it off. That's the right side. And it's going to be a short gain for the running back. That's number 26. That is one of the new guys. That is Moya.
I like it, getting Moya involved a little bit late in the game, but giving Drew Meyer a little bit of a rest, getting Moya involved. He's got a lot of speed, a little bit smaller than Drew, and he's going to show that speed on the outside there, but able to cut in for a couple yards.
It's also nice to see Zach Harrison back out there on the field as he went down. He went down a little bit earlier, but it is nice to see him back out there slinging the football for the Marauders. Harrison through the hands of Jimenez on the right side.
Yeah, boy, Jimenez is wide open. If that doesn't go through his hands, Jimenez has got a chance to maybe make a move on the DB and get upfield for a TD, but instead, just out of the hands, and Marauders are going to try that one again. They're going to go a different route, but I'm sure they're going to continue with the air. Harrison does look comfortable in the pocket. They're just not connecting as often as they'd like, although we saw Figgy drop a bomb to Calandra. He's 1 for 1.
Yeah, how about that? His first pass of the season is a touchdown to Calandra. This is so great to see. I love that so much. Harrison looking back to pass. Over the middle, it's caught to Hoke. It's going to be a first down and a few more after that. It'll be taken around the 39-yard line.
Yeah, great job. Marauders definitely know that they need to be throwing punches if they want to stay any bit in this. And Hoke, good job reeling that one in, and Marauders moving downfield.
Yeah, Marauders starting to move the ball as much as they can. Time is winding down. They're getting close to under 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Coconino moving to 5-0 for the first time since 1983. 5-0 on the season for the Coconino Panthers. Shotgun formation. Harrison takes the snap. Looking pass, quick pass. Jimenez makes the catch. Jimenez cuts back, gets a first down. He's going to fight his way for a little bit more.
Yeah, nice job, Jimenez, getting upfield and getting the Marauders a first down. These guys are going to keep driving, and they're definitely in hurry up now because it's under 2 minutes. Minute 57 left. That clock is going to run as soon as they set the ball, which they have. So Mingus is really on the move here.
Yeah, the Marauders trying to get a score and hope for a miracle after that, maybe a defensive recovery. Harrison takes the snap, looking back, throwing pass over the middle. It's tipped. Oh, through the hands of right to Peter Calandra. Through the hands of the defender. Calandra was there for a first down, and the Marauders are still charging.
I love it, Clutch Calandra again. He's been a great target for Harrison, and you're going to see the replay here. Harrison just drops right back, plants his foot, and bounces right off the hands of a Lee Williams volunteer, and Calandra in the right place at the right time.
So it'll be a completed pass to Calandra. Harrison rolling left. He's got some time. Throws it, looking for Falcha. Back of the end zone, Dakota Falcha, touchdown.
Incredible play, and the Marauders shooting right back. And it's time for, we're definitely going to see an onside kick. Falcha's keeping his composure out there. What a bomb. Nice job.
We were waiting for Dakota Falcha to find a touchdown, and he finds one in the back of the end zone. And the Marauders now, the offense has responded once again.
Yeah, and it's just a shame it's just so late in the game. There's only 1:18 left, so Marauders are going to have to get an onside kick, huge stop, and try to get more points on the board. It's going to be real tough to come by, almost under a minute.
Harrison's still on the field, so the Marauders are looking to go for two. We're getting very close to under a minute here. 1 minute 18 seconds here in the fourth quarter. 27-42 is our score. Zach Harrison having himself a pretty good game.
Great job by Harrison, finding some composure at the end of the game and dropping some great passes for his wide receivers.
And it looks like we have got a timeout on the field, so we'll take one as well. We've got 1:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. 27-42 is our score. When we come back, we'll have the 2-point conversion for you right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
I decided I wanted to get my associate's degree in fire science from Yavapai College. My drive just got me to the top and out of my class, into the Forest Service, and to where I am today as a fire science coordinator. The best thing that I can say is if it's something that you want, don't let anything scare you away from that.
So it was a touchdown from Harrison to Falcha in the back of the end zone to make our score 27-42. 1 minute and 18 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Volunteers still leading, but the Marauders are looking to get their 2-point conversion in and maybe get an onside kick and another touchdown, but it's going to take a lot for the Marauders to come back into this one. But the offense showing some great poise and responding right back to the Lee Williams offense.
I love it, and hey, it's a 2-point conversion. You better be keeping your eyes on Peter Calandra out there.
Falcha in motion. 4 wide receivers right. Harrison takes the snap, looking. He's got somebody open. He's going to throw it back of the end zone, incompleted.
And it looks like he was targeting Calandra out there. Just a nice try. Harrison was kind of waiting for Calandra to get open, but they just weren't able to connect.
So we're going to take another look at it. You can see Harrison rolling right. He did have Falcha open on the right side, but nonetheless, 27-42 is our score. 1 minute, 17 seconds to go. When we come back, the Marauders will take over on defense, looking to get a stop, and then hopefully another score when we come back right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Welcome back to Kingman, Arizona. Our score 27-42. Volunteers still leading. Marauders looking for a turnover here And another touchdown, it was a Harrison to Falcha touchdown that gave us 27-42. And we were waiting for that connection from Harrison to Falcha. We saw it twice early on over the middle, and this time in the back of the end zone. Marauders unable to convert the 2-point conversion, so Rennick trying to go for the onside possibly. Rennick will squib it down, and it is recovered. And the Volunteers will hang on to it.
Yeah, and they were definitely trying to do some sort of a squib / onside kick there, but didn't work out for the Marauders, so defense is going to be scrounging for the ball. I imagine Mingus will take their timeouts, but who knows? We got to stop the run game because Volunteers get 1 first down, it's definitely over. And a couple run plays might end it too, so you bet the Marauders are going to be trying to claw that ball out.
Well, for the time being, it's looking like the Marauders will look for that first victory when they take on Mojave back at home next Friday, October 4th, as Santos goes under center into victory formation and takes the knee. And so the Marauders will move to 0-5 on the season.
That's just a great game by Lee Williams putting it up, and Marauders are, looks like maybe take a timeout. Yeah, they're going to take their timeout. A little bit late on that, but Marauders are going to try to live to claw at that ball another play.
So the Marauders are, for the time being right now, are going to move to 0-6 on the season. 0-2 in regional play, and we'll look for that first victory against Mojave, but we've got a lot of bright spots in this game. I mean, Zach Harrison having his best offensive game, I think, so far. He did have the 1 interception, but other than that, he's got 1 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns, 3 on the night for Harrison. He's had a great night so far. And the defense, gave up a couple long runs late there, but had some good stops when they needed it. They had that fumble recovery that led to the Harrison touchdown early on in the first half. And, their focus is now going to shift towards Mojave and earning that first regional victory and getting back on track with their season. And instead of a handoff, they're going to hand it off to Boyd, and they're going to get the first down.
And that'll probably definitely send these guys into victory formation. And, yeah, Philip, you're right. A lot of bright spots to go over in the post game. And, hey, we saw Figgy come in and go 1 for 1 with a touchdown pass. So,
how about that?
Hey, that's it's always nice to have that on the bench just in case. You don't want to see Harrison ever go down, or if you want to change it up, throw Figgy in there. He proved his accuracy.
Yeah, so from one Zach to another, Zach Harrison to Zach Figgy, and Figgy was able to connect with Calandra for a touchdown. So that Zach to Peter connection still very strong, no matter what the last name. But the Marauders will move to 0-6 on the season, 0-2 in regional play, and Lee Williams will go to 2-1 in regional play. Coconino 2-0, Bradshaw, I believe they are 1-2.
And Mingus, is a tough loss for them, but they're going to be coming back against Mojave next week at home. The Marauders can't wait to get home. Hopefully get that first win at the Cave, Bright Field, and get finally in that win column. And what better place than at home?
Right, yeah, what better place at all to get their first victory. It'll be a victory, or excuse me, it'll be a look to next week for the Mingus Marauders as they take on Mojave. When we come back, the Marauders, 42-27 is our final score here. When we come back, we'll send you to the post game. So don't go anywhere right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
My name's Crazy Tony. The reason I'm here today is to let you know what Poquito Loco is all about. Unlike the rest of the Mexican food restaurants in that area, our main focus is tacos. From street tacos to cheap tacos and everything in between. So come on down to Poquito Loco for some crazy good tacos, the newest place in Old Town. And also we are honored to offer 10% of our profits to the Old Town Mission to help less fortunate. Have a great day and be safe.
People always ask us, what makes us different from other car dealers? Being different is a simple idea. We believe that everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. That belief drives the entire team at Oxendale Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to try harder and work smarter. We're dedicated to helping you find or fix the perfect car for your life and budget. Whatever it is keeping you from driving the car you want, we'll guarantee to do our best to help you. We're Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we are a dealer for you. Visit our showroom in Cottonwood or see all the deals at mattsays.yes.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Welcome to the Postgame Report, brought to you by Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist, online at GettlesHDM.com. Stick around for the game recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Philip Katafabo and Nick Yatsenko.
Want to welcome you up top the press box here at Lee Williams High School. The Marauders walking away with another loss on the season, but still had a lot of bright spots in this game.
Yeah, certainly did, and we dropped 0-2 in region play, but you can't take anything away from these deep bombs that Harrison was throwing at the end. We saw Figgy throw a touchdown pass at the end. So, again, another game ended in a loss, so we're still looking for that first win, which, hey, maybe next week at home at Bright Field. But no, reflecting on tonight, what a great way to end it for the Marauders. Again, It's just a shame it got started too late, but it was a great way to end it. They ended with just bombs. It was like 30, 40-yard plays, which is exactly what we need to start the game, to get on that scoreboard earlier. But nonetheless, got it done in the second half at the end of the game.
We want to welcome you to the Gettles High Desert Mechanical post-game show. And yeah, you can see Coach Ortiz right there trying to rally the troops. They're going to look towards next week against Mojave back at home on homecoming. What a time to get a victory on October 4th for homecoming. And yeah, this is the kind of offensive performance that we wanted to see in the first half, where, you know, it was kind of tit for tat. It was a home run. It was a touchdown for the Lee Williams Volunteers, and then the Marauders were able to respond right back. Unfortunately, the defense for the Marauders let them down a little too early, but you know, hopefully they can make those adjustments. There are still some bright spots on the defense. Trevor Hoke playing both sides of the ball, had some great tackles. Micah Johnson coming in now for his first game. Ryan Griffin had a great stop. Elon Martinez.
Moya for the first time.
Yeah,
Moya, Martinez in there. So
Martinez had that fumble recovery.
Right, a few names we haven't been mentioning all season, and some of them transfers we got back we saw come in big tonight. And we saw Moya and Micah Johnson get involved real late in the game on offensively. Defensively, they started this game, and they were, I mean, standouts on defense. Moya was all over with Hoke, and then Micah Johnson made some huge hits on defense. So I'd like to see these guys get more involved with the offense, and they did at the end of this game. So it's nice to have them back, and yeah, we just got to build on that. Those guys started to have some chemistry at the end and some big plays. Unfortunately, it was just tit for tat. And Lee Williams was just going 140-yard touchdown run, and then Mingus 40-yard touchdown pass, and a 40-yard touchdown pass, and so it's back and forth. And the Marauders just needed a couple stops there and to kept doing that.
Yeah, and it definitely felt like, they had a great offense on one end, and then on the other end, the defense was just kind of letting them down. If they can just get, a couple more stops early on, I think it was a completely different game. And the Marauders, worst case scenario, walk away with a close loss as opposed to, well, it's still a relatively closer loss than what we've seen so far. But, the offense emerging like this through the passing game, they've already had a strong running game with Drew Meyer, and now you're adding on to the passing game here. I mean, if they can get a couple great stops from that defense, and the defense can play just a little bit better, I think this is a much different season. We take a look at the stats here. 15 for 28 for Zach Harrison. In my opinion, he had one of his best games. A rushing touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns, and an interception for 217 yards. Peter Calandra had himself quite the night.
Yeah, he certainly did. He certainly did. And Calandra, 5 catches, 130 yards. These were the huge plays we needed. 2 touchdowns. This is the plays we needed in the beginning of the game. Didn't get them. Got them at the end. So I still ended up getting them, which is what you need. But yeah, Harrison to Calandra was great, and one of those touchdown catches was from Figgy.
Zach
Figgy comes in to fill
yeah.
in and then drops a bomb to Calandra. And I told you during the break, he was looking for Calandra that whole time. He was like, I'm throwing a Calandra this time.
And of course, Dakota Falcha as well, also coming in, finding himself a late touchdown. We were wondering when they were going to connect it to Dakota Falcha. 3 receptions, 52 yards, and a touchdown. He did have one in the back of the end zone late in the game, and it's nice to see the passing game starting to come to fruition for the Mingus Marauders.
Most certainly, and Falcha's got a lot of speed. Let him get open any bit of real estate, and he was gone. He was waiting. He almost ran out of the back of the end zone before that ball got there. So good job on him. And these guys are finding chemistry just a little bit too late in the game. And tonight versus Lee Williams, it was just too much back and forth at the end of this one.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about next week as we look forward to Mojave when we come back right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV for the Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $14 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Welcome back to the Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show. We are just getting things wrapped up here. We're focusing more towards next week. The Marauders will take on Mojave, who are currently losing to Flagstaff. I believe the score last time we checked was 20-7 at the end of the third quarter. So both teams looking to bounce back, and the Marauders still looking for that first victory, and they'll hope to get it at home against Mojave.
Yeah, Mojave's going to be hungry for a region win too. Mingus is definitely in that boat, being 0-2 in the region. Never like doing that, coaches. This is what we prepare for all season. This is why we schedule those really tough teams in the beginning of the season, so we can prepare. So losing these couple tough games, but hey, Coconino has proven themselves to be quite formidable. Yep. And Lee Williams tonight, hey, they got a lot of different weapons. They pass the ball to 3 or 4 different receivers and had five guys run it between Beckham, Santos. These guys spread it out, and that's very tough to stop. So these guys got a good program rolling too.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a high emerging offense from the Lee Williams Volunteers with Devon Santos, with Levi Beckham and Donnie Sims and Boyd as well. Each of those guys all found the end zone. Santos had a touchdown, 23 yards, and then Beckham had 2. Boyd had 2 real long touchdowns, and the same thing with Donnie Sims as well, finding a receiving touchdown and as well a rushing touchdown. So this is a high potent offense for the Lee Williams Volunteers, and they are a threat right now in the Grand Canyon region.
Right, Sims and Boyd showed those huge big play abilities, and that's what the Marauders showed a little bit at the end, just too late. But these guys, Boyd, Simmons, they were able to go right up the middle and sprint over 40, sometimes 50 yards for the touchdown. And those are the plays that are going to win you those games when it's close. In the first half, there was not many total yards on either side of the ball. And then second half, they just exploded. It was a shootout.
So the Lee Williams Volunteers get their first program history victory against the Mingus Marauders. The Marauders still looking for their first victory of this season as we head to next week to take on Mojave at home for homecoming. And we'll be there. Hopefully you will join us as well. For everybody here at Verde Valley TV, for our producer Ryan Nichols, that's Nick Yatsenko, I'm Philip Katafmo. We'll see you next Friday.
This has been the Post-Game Report, brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialists, online at GettlesHDM.com. We'll return next week for exciting Mingus Marauder football action on KYBC 96.3 FM, online at MyRadioPlace.com, or Verde Valley TV Sparklight Channel 1056, Suddenlink Channel 2.